So definitely a great football game. Happy that we came out on top to go to 2-0.
My impression of Wichita, and as you said, I think they're going to be a lot better than what people are expecting this season as well. I took away that they were very, very solid on both offensive and defensive lines. Up front, they didn't make a lot of mistakes, and their quarterback play was phenomenal, I thought.
Absolutely. The quarterback, he baptized me by fire. My last year in Colorado, 2016 or 2017, he rushed for 7 rushing touchdowns on me. So I knew exactly what type of athlete he was. The thing that was, not to say majorly surprising, but the way he threw the football. He had a great understanding of their offense. Coach Kavanaugh did a great job with him, getting him speed up and acclimated to his offense. And that's why I say they're going to be a team that they're going to be reckoned with. They're going to get nothing but better. Their offense and defensive lines played great. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie. They had some guys that were going both ways, and they didn't wear down. So I give credit to Coach Kavanaugh getting his team in shape, ready to play. They were definitely fired up. If everybody was at the game, you can see it. So it was good to see our players match that same intensity, emotion, and come out with the win.
Let's talk about the Salina Liberty and your part in this game. You were in a unique spot because not only do you still have the young guys, and as we said, this was their first league game, even though they did have the warm-up game against Arlington. This was the first night that the lights were bright, so to speak. But you also had some veterans that did not play in that warm-up game, and even guys like Jake Latimer, who it's been almost 2 years since he's had pads on, and I think Jake will admit he didn't play up to par in that game. So we saw all that kind of start meshing together about third quarter when you guys came out of the locker room, and you played much better in the second half. What was the conversation at halftime about making adjustments and just kind of getting everybody back on the saddle, so to speak?
Well, I didn't say this at halftime, but it was more so a conversation piece the day after to those guys that didn't play in that first preseason game. It showed. It showed not only with Latimer, it showed with Travis as well. Now, the rest of them, it didn't show. K-Hop was K-Hop. Barfield was Barfield. Carson was definitely Carson. So, and Ed was Ed. So, I mean, it didn't show with them. But those other two, our two DNs, they had to knock the rust off, and it took them pretty much three and a half quarters to get going. And we talked. I talked to Travis at the Blind Pig right after the game, and we had some discussions. Some tough talk right there to get my veteran player to understand where we were coming from, what my expectations are, to, let him know that that's not what we're looking for. We need more from you. And then the conversation I had with Latimer, I think it was Sunday over the phone, he was the first to say, he's like, man, you could keep my paycheck because I didn't play worth anything. And he's like, I will be better. He's like, but you just don't give up on me, Coach. I know it's still in me. I felt good in spurts. I just got to get back into football shape. So it was great to talk to our two veteran players, our top-tier ball players, especially on that defense, the double-edged sword of those two at defensive end. So it was good to have those conversations, get that stuff, ironed out right now and moving forward.
Some of the bright spots of the game against Wichita, 3 different players of the week. You got offense, defense, special teams, and I know there wasn't a full schedule of league games, but these guys are all definitely deserving. Tyree Adams now, he's going to be your quarterback tonight. 4 touchdowns and an 81% completion percentage. What did you see out of Tyree that you liked when he engineered the offense?
Well, I seen a different type swag when he came into the game. It just seemed like just a lot of energy, and that comes with being a youthful rookie. His smile, how he relates to the fans, how he relates to his other teammates, and how difficult he is to stop. I mean, you can see Wichita threw everything at him, and it didn't rattle him at all. He's not a guy that rattles easily. He's starting to understand how fast this game is, understanding where he needs to go with the football on certain plays. I'm just excited and just think the sky's the limit for the young man.
this game throughout, wasn't he? And almost to the point where you had to calm him down a couple of times.
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime he goes against his team that he used to play for, Wichita, it's always a little extra that you want to do. You want to prove to your team that you belong here, but you also want to prove to your old team that you missed this. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see that tonight with some of the Omaha players. I mean, this is not our first go-around with, them, poaching players off our roster, and we have to go against them. Love them to death, all the players and stuff, but on that field, there's no love, and that's how D-Trey plays it. He don't play to love you on the field. Off the field, before and after the game, perfectly fine. But on that field, he plays to his nickname, Predator. He's not playing any games. He's coming to get you.
Dominic Carson, Special Teams Player of the Week. He also had an offensive touchdown, but probably the most impressive thing about DC in this game, he only had 3 returns, but a 38-yard average and just 1 yard away from sticking one in the end zone on a kick return. That's exactly what you expect out of Dominic Carson in his return, isn't it?
Absolutely. He's the best returner to ever do it. I've never seen anything quite like him. A very dynamic young man that can do anything with the football in his hand. What I call him is the Barry Sanders of this CIF. He has the most touchdowns in CIF history, something that a lot of people don't know. We don't even publicize it, but I'm going to start publicizing it. He has well over 100 touchdowns in his time in the CIF. So to be a running back and have those type numbers is insane. And then what he can do with the football on special teams, I think you got a brief glimpse of what he's going to be for us. Playing special teams, but also playing running back for us as well.
This Omaha team comes in tonight, your 3rd game here at Tony's Pizza Event Center before we hit the road next week. And this is a Beef team, as you said. They have been taking players off of your roster. Whether you are ready to let them go or not, that's beside the point. There's 5 guys on this roster that was active on your 2019 roster. 3 of them were starters from what I remember, and some big pieces on this team. Talk about that and also what you expect from this Omaha team as they come in here for their first league game.
Well, just looking at that, I think what you just stated was facts. I mean, 5 ball players that were here that decided Omaha was a better opportunity for them. The last time we played Omaha, which was the year 2019, we did go 3-0, and they had some of those guys, defect to go there is what I say. There's never any hard feelings for a man making a decision of what they make, but understand when you come in our house, you're going to realize the difference. And just like I recruited you to come here and play for us and you go play somewhere else, I can recruit the next you. And I didn't forget how to recruit. So I'll just leave it at that and try to be PC on it. But, I mean, we're used to Omaha poaching from our roster.
When you look at their offense, it's led by your former quarterback, Andrew Jackson. It's a guy that can pass the football, but not extremely mobile or willing to be mobile. How does that play into your defensive attack where when you do get Latimer and Taylor and even Rusty Becker up the middle going, maybe some advantage there for your defense in making him uncomfortable?
Well, if it's the defensive line that played last week, Drew Jackson's going to light us up.
Yeah.
So hopefully that we made our adjustments with our defensive line to create more pressure on Drew. Any quarterback is not going to like pressure. So Drew will be no exception to that. We're just hoping that we can get the pressure that these guys have worked hard on this week to get. Coach York has done a great job with that defensive line, getting them up to par, making them understand the game plan. And each week is something different of what we're asking for. But this is the first week that we face a quarterback that, knows exactly what he's going to do. He does have, like I said in the paper, he has the strongest arm in this league. There's bar nobody can throw harder or farther, and any ball he can complete. Supremely accurate. So it's going to be a tall test for us to try to contain and corral him, as well as the plethora of receivers that he has. I mean, he has a great receiving core. They were our receivers in 2019.
This is a matchup for a semifinal of the playoffs, a right to go to the championship game in 2019. You won that game by 2 points. What's it going to take to win tonight and go to 3-0?
Well, we definitely going to have to be better in the red zone. We started off well in that game, in the semifinal game, but we ended pretty shabbily. We settled for field goals instead of touchdowns. They stopped us basically 4 out of 5 drives where we settled for field goals instead of getting, touchdowns. And that's how they got back in the game, because at one point the score was 28-3. they battled all the way back, and that's a testament to their head coach, Marvin Jones. Played in the NFL. He's instilling that type charisma about his ball players to never give up and believe in him. He's a great coach, and we had opportunities to punch him in. We didn't get them. But just like he said on his show, they had opportunities to get interceptions against Drew, and they dropped them. So that was the difference in that ball game.
I know you never need extra motivation, so read this the right way when I say this. Little extra kick with the wife being in town. You want to win this game, don't you? You want to go celebrate afterwards.
Absolutely, because she knows exactly how I am. If I don't win, we ain't going anywhere, and I'm just a Krabby Patty. So definitely, that's our plan. That's what we do this for, is to get the win. And, Lord willing, we will.
Ron O'Neill, head coach of the Salina Liberty. They look to go 3-0 in their third home game here against the Omaha Beef. Coach, appreciate your time. We'll talk to you throughout the game.
All righty. Thanks again.
Back with more pregame. It's brought to you by Comfort Heating and Air. It's coming up after this on KINA.
We're proud to be a York dealer, an American-made product made in local factories right here in the Midwest. So the quality of our products are best in class. And with your investment in a new HVAC system for your home, you're helping our local economy. Call for your free replacement quote today with locations in Salina and Clay Center. Comfort Heating and Air, the company that cares.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in Central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors online at pecsalina.com.
The name is JJ Lawn Care, but don't let the name fool you. It's not just lawns they care about, it's their customers. JJ Lawn Care is a locally owned business that works with people in and around Salina on more than just lawns. The spring season is here, and now's the time to act for a healthy, lush lawn. Call now for a free estimate on a 4 or 6 step program. Let JJ Lawn Care come to the rescue for your fescue. Give them a call today, 820-7728. JJ Lawn Care, caring for more than just your lawn.
Looking to take the next step in your career? An MBA from Kansas Wesleyan can help. You can complete the degree entirely online with no GMAT required in as little as 1 year, and your last class is free. You can start at the beginning of any 8-week session. Want to know more? Visit kwu.edu/MBA. That's kwu.edu/MBA.
Hi, I'm Hannah, flooring designer with Mead Lumber of Salina. As an employee-owned company, we work hard to gain your trust and know every penny you spend should be well worth the product you choose. We cater to all customers, interior designers, contractors, or do-it-yourselfers. We recently added a 3,000 square foot showroom with carpet, LVP, tile, hardwoods, or laminates on display. Come see all the products we offer to help you with your next flooring project.
Mead Lumber of Salina, where we make every aspiration doable. Mead Lumber, 707 North Broadway.
Don't go another day with roof problems. Ryan Roofing will provide you with the world's best roof, the Duralast Roofing System. Custom, prefabricated to fit your specific building, your Duralast roof will be leak-free with virtually no maintenance. It's resistant to fire, high winds, chemicals, and temperature extremes. Plus, there are potential energy savings versus traditional roofing. Ryan Roofing has installed over 5.4 million square feet of Duralast roofing. Trust Ryan Roofing to solve your commercial roofing needs. Call for a quote today at 825-0475.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Led by orthopedic surgeons Drs. Timothy Hawks and Travis Rump and sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists, we are ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
Back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center as we continue on countdown to kickoff. About 5 minutes away here as the ball will be put in the air between the Salina Liberty and the Omaha Beef. Devin Haney along with Brian Berner in the booth as we look at the Salina Regional Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Health Clinic. Injury report for the Salina Liberty. Things not good up front on the offensive line for the Salina Liberty as they lost one of their offensive linemen, Big Josh Hughes, last week. He is going to be out for this game. But, Brian, kind of the positive thing about that as we look at the glass half full is the return of James Tabor, a Friends University product, 6'2", 292 pounds, and James Tabor is a guy that will bring some flexibility to this Liberty lineup.
Yeah, the ability to play, both offense and defense. The more exciting thing to me is he brings the experience back. And, James, I think, was kind of one of those unsung guys, when he was here with us before. Just gets in the trenches, does what he needs to do. Not real flashy by any means, but I think he'll go out and get the job done. He's coming out here really sight unseen, no practice type situation. Right. But, when you look at some of these other guys, it's no different.
So far, the roof is still on the place, but the big conversation this week leading up to this game, and even through last week, I feel like maybe Wichita was just a cloudy window looking at this game ahead, because people did look at this game ahead, and I'm not accusing the coaching staff or any of the players of that. I'm talking about the fans, the media, the people around the arena. It was, we got Wichita this week, but, man, that Omaha game next week, and I feel like it's finally here, and there's a lot of just kind of details in this game that we'll talk about through the whole night. There's a lot up in the air for this game, isn't there?
Yeah, I think there is. We were guilty, at least I don't know about you. I was guilty of it. I was kind of taking Wichita a little bit for granted. And, Salina came out. They struggled a little bit first half, came out, put a better second half together. But in the back of my mind, it was always leading up to this game. We talk about, there's only that 80-mile-an-hour difference between the two, Wichita, Salina. But this here, Omaha, Salina, that's the rivalry.
When you look at this game, the Salina Liberty coming in, they are looking to move 3-0 on the season. We got a little bit of clarification from Commissioner Todd as we got to meet him, and we've known him before, but just now in a commissioner role. You look at the league website, and it's a project that's being developed now as they actually have somebody working on it. You look at the standings and the records, there's some misunderstandings about what is a preseason game, what's an exhibition game, what counts, what doesn't. Right now I can tell you this. Salina's game counted. They're 2-0 coming into tonight. Omaha's game last week counted. They're 1-0 coming into tonight. Sioux City's game counted. They're 1-0 coming into tonight. Wichita has not had an exhibition or preseason game. They're 0-1 as they head to the Tyson Event Center in Sioux City tonight. And also our team in Wyoming, the Expansion Mustangs, they are 1-0 coming into tonight. Even though they played 2 games, that was an exhibition game by league standards last week. You cannot take on 2 non-league opponents and have them both count for wins. That's the best way I can explain it. So there we are. And so everybody's kind of fishing their way through that. And honestly, I see the point in that is when the teams from Amarillo and also Odessa, Texas, could not play, you were looking for that extra home game to get the fans in the stands, the sponsors back, and get things back going. So it kind of got cloudy a little bit, but we got that clarification anyway as we head into tonight where it's all league games.
How about I simplify it even further for you?
Yes, please.
Just win.
Yes.
Just win.
Yep. So far, Salina has done that. They're 2-0 coming into tonight. The other Champions Indoor football games on the schedule for tonight, the Wichita Force are in Sioux City. They're at Tyson Event Center to take on the Bandits. And also an hour behind us in Mountain Time, it will be the Dodge City Law. Used to be the Oklahoma Flying Aces. Now the reemergence of the Dodge City Law. They will take the trip to Gillette, Wyoming to take on the Mustangs. So the first league matchups tonight for the Law and the Mustangs, as well as the Bandits and the Beef. The Liberty and the Force, of course, had their league matchup last week in which Salina won that game 52-27.
So is it safe to say we are officially back?
Gosh, I hope so. I hope so. And, of course, things will start moving very quickly now as we get into the portion of our schedule. 3 home games here for Salina to start the season. They will take the trip to Gillette, Wyoming next week and then come back home for a game against Sioux City. So a good portion of the schedule being knocked out here in the month of April by the Salina Liberty. Right now, though, in front of them, it's the Omaha Beef, and they are ready to kick it away. Jeremy Reynolds has the ball teed up at his own goal line, and he is ready to kick it away to the ever-so-dangerous Dominic Carson. Carson will take it 5 yards deep in his end zone. He's out now to the 5, now to the 10. Starts to cut back to the left, but then is lassoed right there and brought down by a Beef coverage man. That's Keontae Chavies. He's a defensive lineman and also a coverage guy for that Beef defense. And immediately, Brian, we will see a brand-new King quarterback The guy's been crowned Tyree Adams tonight in action with this Liberty offense.
Adams, he's a flashy guy, in my opinion. I made the comment a lot. He brings that swagger to this team. Let's see what he does first possession of this ball game.
Liberty start out there at their own 13-yard line. Tyree Adams will send two receivers in motion on the right-hand side. Back to pass. Plenty of time. He's going to dump it off to Nelson Brown. Brown was one of his favorite targets last week, and the big 240-pounder fighting his way out across the 20. He's going to get to about the 20.5, and it will be 2nd down and 3 after a gain of 7.
6 foot 240 in Brown, and it took 3 Beef defenders to bring him down.
James Tabor starting at left tackle. Kelvin McCoy is your center. Also, Nick Bittinger, the right tackle. He started the first 2 games at right tackle alongside McCoy. Tracy Brooks in the backfield. Left hip now, Tyree Adams. They're going to go to Brooks. First down across the 25, dragging a Beef defender across midfield inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. The gain for Tracy Brooks is 10 yards on his first carry, and it's first down.
That's one thing you're going to see a lot of tonight from the standpoint of Adams. Went to hand that ball off, but he was tempted to pull that thing back, but he got it to Brooks. Brooks gets that 10 yards. First down, Liberty.
Ball sitting at the 19-yard line in Omaha territory. Omaha wearing their white jerseys, orange pants, black helmet, Liberty all red, white, and blue. Here's Adams. He takes off, wants to run out of the pocket. He's going to gain 1, maybe 2 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 9 for the Liberty dressed in their all blues.
I like seeing that call with Adams take that quarterback keeper. Wouldn't be surprised to see him do that again. Keep that defensive secondary kind of on their toes from the standpoint. Is he going to get out of the pocket, or is he going to look to pass?
81% completion percentage last week earned him Offensive Player of the Week in Champions Indoor Football. He had 4 total touchdowns. That last carry was a gain of 2, brings up 2nd and 8. Here comes Adams. He pulled it out of the gut of Tracy Brooks. The defense went for Brooks. Adams is going to squirt his way all the way to the 11-yard line, where it'll bring up 3rd down and 2. That was a deceptive play. Tracy Brooks took the hit, but the defense totally fooled.
Keep them on their toes. You know, we talked about it. He's going to come in, keep it, let it go. Now I think you're going to potentially see that receiver break across that back of the end zone, 3rd and short. This would be a great opportunity to look for it. And the guy to keep my eye on is Waheem Bird.
Opening drive, Liberty with it here. They give it to Brooks. He sprints off left-hand side. Almost ran over a defensive back for the Beef. That was Chris Perry, but Perry hangs on. And the former Michigan Wolverine will bring Tracy Brooks down inside of the 7-yard line. It's a first down for the Liberty on a gain of 4.
It's tough to bring Tracy Brooks down.
Perry paid for that, didn't he?
Yeah, Perry. And Perry's a guy, he's really, I think, one of the go-to guys in that secondary. Big Ten player at the University of Michigan.
3 wide receivers on the right-hand side, including Nelson Brown. Now one of those receivers will leave. Here's a pitch out. Brooks, right-hand side, puts his foot in the ground, cuts it back up, looking for the goal line. He reaches and scores. Tracy Brooks and this Liberty offense stick it right down the throat of the Omaha Beef as they take the opening drive down the field for 6.
With the exception of that pass to Nelson Brown, it was all Brooks and Adams, kind of alternating carries. Tracy just able to get that ball across the end zone, across the goal line. 6 points on the board, and now here comes Jimmy Allen.
Lots of focus on special teams. Coach Ron O'Neill told us off the air, he said all of Friday was spent on special teams. Oscar Scott, your snapper. Tracy Brooks will put it down. It's a perfect snap. And Jimmy Allen will punch it up and through. Everything working there on all 3 aspects of that hold and kick. And the Liberty out to a 7-0 lead with 10:53 left to go here in the first quarter. I think if you're going to draw up on the Etch-a-Sketch, Brian, of what you want to accomplish here early on in this game, the Liberty just did it.
Yeah, I think if Coach O'Neill had scripted plays for that first possession, they ran them perfectly. He did exactly, I think, what he needed to do as far as making that defense now think for when those next possessions come across the board.
Let me ask you this. It seems like all the question marks coming in are mostly on the offensive side of the ball for the Liberty. Is it beneficial, even though you're not going to have the ball now to start second half for your offense, to get the first possession and go down the field and score like that because of the question marks?
Oh, I think definitely, because you don't want to give Omaha that sense of, hey, we beat you. Now we've got the momentum in our favor, especially when it comes down to the end of that first half where you try to jockey that position for that extra possession.
Liberty Football brought to you by Precision Electric. If you need electrical work, whether it be commercial or residential, call the experts at Precision Electric. They are a proud supporter of Salina Liberty Football. Jimmy Allen now has it on his own goal line, middle of the field. He is ready to kick it away. Back deep for the Beef. On the receiving end will be Deshaun Jones. Jones will take it near the right side wall, now makes his way back to the middle of the field, and he's going to be stuck by Jake Latimer at the 6-yard line. Also in there with Jake Latimer, it's like Travis Taylor. So the two defensive ends down there doing work, and a lot of chatter around Latimer and Taylor about last week's performance against Wichita. They felt, and the coach felt, it wasn't very good.
Yeah, they were definitely rusty. Got to get the cobwebs worked out, and they're both dedicated professionals from the standpoint of they don't like to lose and they don't like to look bad. I think you're going to see two different players from the start of this game.
Former Liberty quarterback Andrew Jackson has his offense on the field. They start at the own 7-yard line, a little pass out to the left-hand side and a quick completion, but they're on the scene right away is the Liberty defense. It's the rookie, Trey Roberts from Bethany College, coming in and making the tackle. He's going to bring down Tyler Jones, another former Liberty player, and it's a gain of 4. We'll bring up 2nd down and 6 off the quick screen.
Try to get a lot of pressure on the quarterback that time. Jake Latimer did that nice spin move, tried to get into that backfield. That's going to be the key. How quick can they get and put pressure on Jackson to make him force those quick releases?
2nd from their own 11. Here's two guys in motion. Jackson back to pass, dumps it off over the middle of the field, and it goes right through the hands of his running back. That was Rashad Pargo, the leading receiver for the CIF. He used to wear a Salina Liberty jersey in 2019. He is now with the Omaha Beef, and that one he just dropped.
Yeah, that's not the type of drop you expect to see from Rashad Pargo. Kind of wonder in the back of his mind where he was, if he was a little bit more concerned about the type of hit he might receive had he maintained possession.
3rd down and 6 for the Beef. Omaha has it. Ball sitting at the 11-yard line. Jackson has a running back to his right-hand side. Two receivers, one on each side in motion. Jackson back to pass. Here comes the heat. He's going to unload it to the left-hand side, throws it to his old friends in the VIP, and Omaha now looking at a 4th down.
Now the question is, you've got about 3rd and 6. Looks like they're going to go ahead and try to kick. Jeremy Reynolds coming out.
Reynolds, a guy from Arizona Western, has some IFL experience, and he will have his leg tested here immediately. On the field for the holder here for Omaha will be Makembe Carney, one of the rookies on this Omaha team. Here's the snap. Placement's down. Reynolds' kick is blocked. It rolls back into the end zone, bounces off the end wall, and it will be a safety. The Liberty score 2 on special teams. If you're going to take a whole day and work on something and it's special teams, why not come out and perform just like that? First quarter, 8:05 left to go. The Liberty up now, 9-0.
I wasn't able to see who actually made the penetration into the line to get that block. But a big play, and that's a momentum shifter right there. Get those 2 extra points.
An immediate timeout. Liberty off to a great start here. They're going to have the football when we come back. 8:05 left to play. First quarter. Salina Liberty lead the Omaha Beef 9-0 right here on KINA.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors. Online at pecsalina.com.
While there are many reasons to visit the beautiful community of Marquette, Kansas, Smoky Valley Distillery offers a new one. Made with the finest Kansas ingredients, including the refreshing sandstone filtered water of the nearby Kiowa Aquifer, these handcrafted spirits capture the heart and soul of central Kansas and a taste of the Smoky Valley. Ask your local liquor store for Smoky Valley Distillery's Kansas-born products today.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Good start here for the Salina Liberty, 9-0 the score. 8:05 left to go here in the first quarter. Last week, the Liberty played pretty much even with Wichita all the way through that first half. They did score the last touchdown of the first half to go up and take their first lead, and then had the football to start out in the second half. Scored another touchdown, then they just ran away from it from there.
We'll see what this possession does. I probably am at fault. I always say each possession is the biggest possession, but really when we look at this going back and forth, if you can come in right now and take a 2-possession advantage, that could be big as far as what it does mentally to Omaha, making this trip down, thinking, okay, we're going to go head-to-head with this team. Let's try to put them in a hole.
Well, and we expect this Liberty defense to be the best in the league. I mean, that's just the expectation with everybody returning and some of the rookie pieces they brought in. You give them a cushion of 2 possessions, then look out. Here is the ball that's going to bounce off the ankles of Tracy Brooks. He's going to run it down at the 15 and then look for some space. There's not much. He's going to take it to the 20-yard line. Still really good field position for the Liberty as they will start out on their second drive of the night. Here comes Tyree Adams again. Adams leaned heavily on Tracy Brooks that time. The running game for Huron O'Neill as he calls plays off his play sheet. Coach Jorge Martinez in the booth helping him out. We'll see what the Liberty can do here. Waheem Bird will be in the slot. He'll be in the motion. This is his first game in action for the Liberty. Here's a handoff to Brooks. Got hit early on in the backfield. Could have lost a couple of yards, but he's going to lose about the length of a football, and that'll bring up second and long.
Now's when I look to see, you want to get Bird early. I want to get him involved in the action. Now might be that time. Second and long. See if we can streak him down that right side.
Those are the football sitting at the 20-yard line. Second down and 10. Ed Smith on the left-hand side as well. Now Waheem Bird goes to the right-hand side. Adams back to throw. Goes right over the middle of the field. It's going to be a Liberty first down. They went from 20 to 20. It's a gain of 10, and Waheem Bird has his first catch as a Liberty wide receiver, and that was a frozen rope from Tyree Adams.
He put it right where it needed to be. Bird was coming across the field, had defensive pressure right behind him. Had to go down and get it, but he knew where he needed to be. Ran that route across to the 20-yard line, get that 10-yard cushion. Another first down.
Tracy Brooks, left hip this time of Adams. He'll take the handoff. Starts to go up the middle. Now tries to angle to the left-hand side. He'll get about 1 or 2, and then that's it as second down is coming up. One of the Omaha Beef defenders asking to be off the field. That's Keontae Chavis. He will be replaced quickly by rookie Zaya Gibson from Livingstone College. So a switch up front on the defensive line there for the Omaha Beef. They gave Brooks 2 yards on that first down carried. Now second down and 8. Ball sitting in Omaha territory at the 18-yard line. Liberty will dispatch 3 receivers to the right-hand side. Brooks also on the right hip of Adams. Pitch out that side. Here comes Brooks. He has a crease. He's going to score. Not even a doubt. Once Tracy Brooks got the ball in his hands, he was looking at the end zone, and it was a welcoming sight as he punches it in for the second time here in this first quarter.
One of the things I think that helped set that play, at least in my mind, I didn't see if the block actually took place, but you put a guy out like Nelson Brown out to that right side, kind of, a tight end type body to where he's going to be able to help open up that hole a little bit. Tracy doesn't need a whole lot, as quick as he is, to get through in another 6 points.
You can call him a fullback. You can call him a running back. You can call him even the tight end. Ron O'Neill looks at him and says, hey, we need receivers. Yeah. So he may be active roster. Put Nelson Brown out there and split wide out. He had 2 receiving touchdowns last week. Here's the Jimmy Allen extra point. It's up and good. Once again, Oscar Scott, Tracy Brooks, Jimmy Allen doing their job, and now they have posted 16 points on this Omaha team. It's 16-0.
Yeah, let's get this defense out here, see if they can make another nice stand. Omaha has what I consider, though, they've got the ability to be a quick strike offense. Mm-hmm. So even down 16 points, they've got the ability to come back. Let's try to make them take some time. Give your defense a chance to recoup. Let them get their breath. Or the offense, to come in and, take some time off the clock.
It's the fun thing about these indoor football games, and I don't care the teams that are playing. It seems like it's the theme of the sport is 16-0 early on with a defense like Salina. You would think, oh boy, Omaha's in trouble. But so much happens in the time span of one of these games. There's such long games and so many different things happen. We see the tide turn a lot.
Yeah, whether it's special teams, return the ball back for a touchdown on a kick. I hope I didn't just jinx anybody. But, those are the things that can help turn the tide really fast.
Jimmy Allen set to kick it off from his own goal line. He's going to angle it to the left-hand side. It just barely clears the ceiling rigging here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. And here's the return. It's going to come back to about the 13-yard line from the Omaha return man. It's Deshaun Jones again. And he was going to make it. They're going to spot him just shy of the 15 of the 14-yard line. So about the same spot. Omaha started on their first drive. This will be drive number 2 for the Beef as they already trail 16-0.
Yeah, I think Jake Latimer was a little frustrated. He actually appeared to overrun the coverage and allowed the back to just get by him. Let's get the ball out to the 14-yard line.
Latimer up front, Travis Taylor on the other end, Rusty Becker from Cal right in between them. Naquan Thomas is the linebacker. Kendrick Harper on the left-hand side, Trey Roberts on the right-hand side, Isaiah Barfield and Dontre Matthews, your defensive backs in the middle of the field. There's 2 receivers in motion, right-hand side. Drew Jackson back, wants to pass, goes to the left to the 20. It'll be a gain of 6 right in front of Trey Roberts, and it went once again to Tyler Jones.
Again, a couple steps back. Andrew Jackson, very quick release. Doesn't give his receivers a whole lot of time, but just gets out 5-6 yards at a time.
Coach Ron O'Neill brought Trey Roberts in to say something to him. Dontre Matthews also in on that conversation. 2nd down and 5 from the 20. Jackson out to pass. Another drop by one of his receivers. This one off the shoulder pad of Anthony Jones and into the crowd. Happy fan there.
That's right. Seat down front, and now a souvenir.
Now 3rd down for the Beef. 3rd down and 4. They need to get to the 24 to move the chains and keep this drive alive. Jackson led Salina to the championship game in 2019 against Albuquerque. Couldn't complete the job as they lost on the last possession, actually last play of the game. Here's Jackson back to pass, trying to convert a first down. Dancing, has nobody downfield, still dancing. He's going to be hit by Latimer and Shaq Bradford, that's Becker. Rusty Becker was back there. The Golden Bear from Cal went all the way chasing him down, 10 yards deep in the backfield, and they're asking for grounding here.
I'm wondering if I really didn't see anybody in the area that could have been a potential receiver.
And the ball didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage either.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
the other thing
right.
you have to take into account. Oh, they're not going to give it to the Liberty defense. They're going to say it will be 4th down. That's interesting. So it'll remain 4 yards to go, this time 4th down, and this time Omaha not wanting to kick it away. They're going to keep their offense on the field.
This is where those early scores, and I think that, even that safety comes into play. 3 points, you'd rather get those 6, so why not roll the dice? 4th and 5, 4th and 4, I guess.
4th and 4, this crowd getting into it now. Jackson will send his 2 slot receivers in motion. Back to pass. Here comes Thomas on the blitz. They have a completion. No, they don't. It's dropped. Dropped again by Anthony Jones. That's his 2nd drop on this drive. And here comes the Liberty offense once again as their defense standing tall, turning Omaha off the field.
Good job. One, the pressure that was applied in that backfield. I think it was Travis Taylor that may have come in.
Yes, it was, and we are at another media timeout. 2:22 left to go, 2 minutes away, 16-0. Liberty lead it here on KINA.
The name is JJ Lawn Care, but don't let the name fool you. It's not just lawns they care about, it's their customers. JJ Lawn Care is a locally owned business that works with people in and around Salina on more than just lawns. The spring season is here, and now's the time to act for a healthy, lush lawn. Call now for a free estimate on a 4 or 6-step program. Let JJ Lawn Care come to the rescue for your fescue. Give them a call today, 820-7728. JJ Lawn Care, caring for more than just your lawn.
When you hire street plumbing, heating, and electric in Salina and Lincoln, you'll be making a great decision. Providing full-service plumbing and HVAC, they have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right the first time. They work with you throughout the project to ensure you get the personalized service you deserve from licensed and insured technicians. Excellent customer service in Central Kansas since 1985. The experienced team will clean the premises once the job is done. Street Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. Know them better at streetphe.com.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
2:22 left to go here, first quarter. Omaha just turned it over on downs. And now the Salina Liberty offense waiting to go back to work. And you and I were talking during that break, Brian. I don't know, even if Jones would have caught that football, I know the spotting is always kind of a gracious situation. Right. They want to keep the chains moving, keep the offense on the field, but I don't know that Jones would have had that first down.
It looked like the reception, the point of contact where he would have caught the ball, was very close to the line of gain, but the momentum, he was hit almost immediately. I mean, great timing by the defensive back for Salina to get that contact and push him. So, had he caught it, it really would have been one of those iffy calls. But, great job of the line kind of being able to push the offensive lineman to the side to allow Salina to get that pressure on. And that, is a situation that we thought was going to need to happen. Get quick pressure on Jackson. He's not the most mobile guy. Force him to get those throws off early.
And you and I were kind of looking at that coming into this game. We thought the difference would have been quarterback mobility. We've already seen it out of Tyree Adams, and we've seen it out of Jackson too, just not the ability to move out of the pocket. If he's going to do anything, he's going to take off running backwards the other way. And when you have Taylor and Latimer and also now the addition of Becker, that's a problem if you're Omaha.
It is, but keep in mind, Jackson can backpedal. He's still so strong.
Yeah.
He's still going to have the arm strength to get that ball downfield.
Here's Adams on the field. Dominic Carson now. He'll go to the right-hand side, slam on the brakes, now put the left turn signal on, come back through and get about 2.5 yards. So Carson in there after Tracy Brooks got 2 first-quarter touchdowns.
Yeah, this is the thing that Salina is going to do to teams all year long. Okay, Tracy Brooks, he's your primary back, scored 2 touchdowns already. Let's give him a break. But you know what? You don't lose anything. You bring in a guy that is Mr. Everything.
And sometimes when we say let's give Tracy Brooks a break, that means he goes and plays wide receiver.
Exactly.
Not on this play, but that could be the case too. 3 wide receivers, left-hand side. They're going to pitch it out to Carson, and Omaha read that one perfectly. That one almost written in the sand for the Beef defense as they drive Dominic Carson back to the 25-yard line. It was a loss of 7.
Yeah, part of that was the exchange when Adams got it from center. He kind of bombed it a little bit, threw the timing off, then on his pitch out to Carson. But Omaha had shifted over. I think they had an idea of what to expect from that play.
That now brings up 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 13 for the Salina Liberty offense as we approach the 1-minute mark of the first quarter. 16-0 our score. Liberty lead it. They have the football. 3 wide receivers on the right-hand side. Carson by himself on the left. Empty backfield for Adams. He's going to fling it out to Nelson Brown. Brown trying to get away from a Beef defender is going to gain 3 yards. He'll make it to the 21, and it's still 4th and 11.
And here comes Jimmy Allen. That play really, I don't think, was going to develop into much of anything.
Right. And this will be the longest attempt of the season for Jimmy Allen. They will place it down back at the Liberty. See where they're going to spot here at the 21-yard line.
About a 37-yard?
Yes, sir.
My math.
Good job.
Serves me correctly.
Oscar Scott, perfect snap. Brooks gets it down. Allen's kick is up, and it is perfect. Holy cow. Him and Tracy Brooks will share an embrace as that was a big kick from double nickel Jimmy Allen. 19-0 now, this score. And every time the Liberty has touched the football, they've done good things with it, putting points on the board.
Not bad for an old man. I always say that because I know word's going to get back to him that I said that, but he does have a little bit of gray in the beard.
Of course, we love the relationship that we have with Jimmy Allen. Always the first one to greet us when we get to the arena. We spend plenty of time talking to him. And he is off to a good start here in this game. 2 of 2 on extra points. Got the field goal from 37 yards away. And now a 3-possession lead for the Salina Liberty. People might not think that field goal was that big, but you've just extended now what was a maximum 2-possession lead of 16 points to a 3-possession lead.
Yeah, and what's big, too, is the momentum side. If you get through these next 5 seconds, you shut out an opponent in a quarter in this indoor game. Yeah, that's credit to your team right there.
I have a feeling we're going to be seeing that quite a bit this season with this defense. Here is the kick by Jimmy Allen. He'll angle it left again. Back there again for it is Deshaun Jones. Here comes Jones to the 5. Gets to the 10 and runs into an absolute brick wall. Holy cow. Naquan Thomas was there, along with Shaq Bradford and Rusty Becker. All 3 of them made contact with Deshaun Jones at the 10, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. 19-0 home team as Salina defending their floor here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. They lead the Omaha Beef by 3 scores. Back with second quarter action after this. You're listening to Liberty Football, and it's brought to you by Precision Electric.
The Tony's Pizza Event Center is open for business and ready to welcome you. Whether you have a group of 12 or 1,200, our staff can help you plan the perfect event. With 8 meeting rooms and over 18,000 square feet, the Great Plains Manufacturing Convention Hall has plenty of room for your conference, trade show, wedding, or banquet, while our in-house food and beverage team can craft a menu to suit any event. Schedule your personalized tour today by calling Tony's Pizza Event Center today.
Salina Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at salinasepticservice.com, proudly supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors. Online at pecsalina.com.
PRP, or platelet-rich plasma injection therapy, has received quite a bit of attention since its use by many professional athletes. Professional football players like Peyton Manning and Jamal Charles have used PRP therapy for sports injuries and to avoid surgery. But you don't have to be a world-class athlete with millions of dollars for this cutting-edge therapy. PRP is available to you in the Salina Pain Clinic. Call the doctors for a consultation and see if this treatment is right for you. See them at 200 South 5th in the Salina Surgical Arts Center.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
Jackson back out on the field with the Beef offense. They start out first down and 10 at their own 10-yard line. They will run it for the first time off the right-hand side to Kenny Miles. And Miles looks promising on his first carry of the night. Gains 11 out to the 21, and that'll move the chains for the first time for this Omaha offense.
6'1", 225 running back Kenny Miles just had that ball, found a nice hole, and was able to get that ball up.
Was I mistaken there? Was that their first down?
I think it was, yeah.
Wow. So not only a shutout for that Liberty defense, but also they didn't let him get a first down. Here's Miles again for 11, 12, 13 yards as he gets to the Liberty 15. And all of a sudden, Kenny Miles is a problem.
Yeah, it's like, where were you hiding this guy in the first quarter?
Nose of the football at the Liberty 14-yard line. 26 yards in 2 carries for Kenny Miles. 6'1", 225-pounder. This time on the left-hand hip of Jackson. 2 receivers also on the left-hand side. They'll screen it out that way. And this screen pass will go absolutely nowhere. They got Derek Curtis out of the slot formation, and he got maybe a yard.
Note to self, handed back off to Kenny Miles.
Yeah. This defensive secondary for the Liberty is just so good.
They bring a lot of experience to this indoor game. You've got the 3 veterans, and then you throw in the youngster, Trey Roberts.
Oscar Scott out there now at linebacker, giving Naquan Thomas a break. He's in the middle of the field. 2nd down and 9. Kenny Miles still in the backfield, and Andrew Jackson doesn't like what he sees. He's going to call a timeout.
Play clock was running down, hit 00, so he was able to get that timeout called just in time.
So a 30-second timeout. The rest of the schedule in Champions Indoor Football tonight looks like this. The Wichita Force will be on the road for the 2nd consecutive week. They'll visit the Sioux City Bandits. That'll be the first league game for the Bandits. And the Dodge City Law is back. They will be on the road. Congratulations, you're back. Here, go to Wyoming.
There you go.
That's what they're doing there. So the Dodge City Law will play the Mustangs in what is probably going to be another sold-out arena. I'm looking forward to that trip next week and going and playing in an arena that they pack 4,500 people into. That'll be a lot of fun.
I am looking forward to sitting at home, turning on the broadcast and watching and listening to you.
2nd down and 9 out of the timeout for the Beef. They are sitting at the Liberty 13-yard line. Here's a high snap. Jackson couldn't get to it, and he's going to eat it. Back at the 25-yard line, Travis Taylor will be credited with the sack as he went all the way back, and Jackson just couldn't get up high enough to get that high snap coming from his center, and that will cost them a bunch, about 12 yards.
Jackson was a big guy when he played for us, but looks a little bit bigger.
Quarantine was hell for everybody, wasn't it?
It has not done a darn thing to his arm, though. Still as strong as ever.
3rd down, back at the 24. They need to get to the 4 for a 1st down. He slings it out to the right-hand side, has a receiver. Back to the original line of scrimmage will go Anthony Jones. There will be 4th down and about 9 as the officials will put this football down at the 13-yard line. So they got back what the bad snap cost them, and now looking at 4th and 10. And they will bring Jeremy Reynolds and the kicking team on here.
I'm kind of surprised at this. I would have thought down by 19, they might just go ahead and try to go for it.
Omaha will put this football down at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 28-yard attempt. Reynolds trying to get the first points of the night for Omaha. Kick is up, and he flanks it to the left. No good. Jake Latimer came in through there, and he was putting some heat on. He didn't get to the kick, but he was in the neighborhood, and number 44 is playing tonight like he has a renewed vigor about him. He was not happy with the way he played last week.
No, not at all. He realizes what it takes to put the pads back on, and he's out there. You know, it's a coach. It's that extra coach you've got out on the field. And the guy that's always going to be first to help the young players that are out there.
Former Iowa State Cyclone, made his college career in the Big 12 from the state of Kansas. Now he's an elementary teacher.
And I think he's on the staff at the Wamego High School.
Yep,
football.
Wamego Red Raiders down the road. Here's Adams in this Liberty offense. Tracy Brooks has it, and he's going to run over a couple of defensive backs and also take another Omaha player with him across the 10-yard line to the 12. That's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down and 3. Tracy Brooks hits that hole like a freight train.
Yeah, he just, there's something in my way, I'll run through it.
Speaking of quarantine, I think Tracy Brooks bit his in the gym. He did not get any smaller.
No, he did not.
I think comparing his roster weight to 2019 when we last played, he put on 15 pounds, and I guarantee it's all muscle, yeah. 2nd down and 3. Adams wants the pass. Looking out to the right, he's going to find Nelson Brown, number 15 at the 15. Brown will spin his way to the 17 and have a Liberty 1st down. They will move the chains and renew this drive with 10.5 minutes left to go, second quarter. 19-0, Liberty.
tough angle from here, but it looked like when he caught that ball, he spun back to the inside into the Beef players. I wonder, I'm upstairs tonight. I don't have my on-field perspective, but it looked like had he turned the other way, he might have had an additional few yards there against the boards.
First down for Salina. They're at their own 17-yard line. Two receivers on the left in motion. Adams looking that way. Throws a screen play out to the 20, and immediately a huge hit on Ed Smith. Coming in lowering the boom that time was Chris Perry, and he arrived exactly when that football did, but somehow Ed Smith held on. That was a big hit.
Yeah, we talk about the defensive backs of Salina, but Chris Perry is another guy that I think should always be considered in that all-league type performance. He just brings it night after night.
Got a gain of 3, did Ed Smith on that play. Second down from the 20-yard line. Adams will sidearm this one. He gets it to Tracy Brooks. Brooks fighting for the first down, and he'll have it. Boy, that second effort. He got stood up at the 25-yard line, but somehow just kept the pile moving and reached out across the 23, where that was his mark to gain, and a new set of downs for the Liberty as they move into Omaha territory.
It almost appeared that one of the Beef players that came in to try to get onto that tackle helped push the momentum forward.
Yeah, great point.
And really give him the first down.
9 minutes left to go, second quarter. I want to stay with us at halftime. We're going to do something that, well, probably only Brian and I would do. We're going to talk to the backup quarterback for the Salina Liberty, Mitch Kidd, and get his story. There's the give to Brooks. He had jump cut outside. He'll get to the line of scrimmage and maybe gain a half a yard. Mitch Kidd, an interesting story, California guy, and he will be our halftime guest. As Brian, you had a chance to sit down with him before the game for our Precision Electric player profile.
Yeah, a lot of fun to talk with Mitch, and unique perspective. California kid that went down to Georgia, played in another league, and actually arrived in Salina a year ago. And as he'll mention, left all of his belongings here, hoping that there was going to be a season.
Good story there. That'll be our halftime player profile, brought to you by Precision Electric. 8 minutes left to go here. It's second down and 10 for the Liberty. Two receivers in motion, right-hand side. Adams steps up, gets away from pressure, and threw one a little bit low to Waheem Bird inside of the 20-yard line. It would have been a minimal gain anyhow, as I think he was waiting on Tracy Brooks to spring open down the field, who was running a fly route to the end zone.
Yeah, I'd like to see, I'm still hoping to see Waheem Bird allowed to be released to go downfield a little bit further. They've kind of ran him on those 5-10-yard curl-in type routes. I'd like to see him become that downfield target.
3rd and 10 from the 22. Salina now will sweep two receivers across and bring him on the right-hand side. Adams back to pass, under pressure, dumps it off. Nelson Brown at the 16, 15, looking for that first down, and Nelson's going to be right there. He'll be about a half a yard shy, it looks like, and will be 4th and a football. Boy, he's crafty for a guy that's 240, isn't he?
He is, and that time it was great because it looked like Bird and Smith went downfield, pulled the defensive backs with them, which allowed Brown that cushion there in the middle. Unfortunately, just comes up about a half a yard short.
So this will be the first time the Liberty will try to convert a 4th down, other than the kick that they had from Jimmy Allen. That was successful. Tracy Brooks lined up as a running back as they go a wide receiver. Empty backfield for Tyree Adams. They're going to pass. Adams dancing around under some pressure, gets an extra block. Adams still looking for some extra space, and he throws it to the right-hand side, incomplete. Turnover on downs for Salina. Boy, he was dancing enough. There looked like there may have been a crease if he got back to the middle of the field, but he elected to throw it down the right-hand side wall, and that will bring us to immediate timeout. 6:26 left to go, second quarter, 19-0. Salina still leading it here in a shutout on KINA.
When you hire Street Plumbing, Heating, and Electric in Salina and Lincoln, you'll be making a great decision. Providing full-service plumbing and HVAC, they have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right the first time. They work with you throughout the project to ensure you get the personalized service you deserve from licensed and insured technicians. Excellent customer service in Central Kansas since 1985. The experienced team will clean the premises once the job is done. Street Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. Know them better at streetphe.com.
Looking to take the next step in your career? An MBA from Kansas Wesleyan can help. You can complete the degree entirely online with no GMAT required in as little as 1 year, and your last class is free. You can start at the beginning of any 8-week session. Want to know more? Visit kwu.edu/MBA. That's kwu.edu/MBA.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Warm weather is just around the corner, and we can feel it at Salina Wholesale Liquor. Now's the time to get quotes and place orders for those graduation parties, weddings, or spring break shenanigans. We always have great deals on case orders and 15% off for Wine Wednesday. Don't forget Craft Beer Thursday. Save big now at all 3 locations in Salina, at Sam's Club, off 9th Street behind Cadova, and on the corner of Iron and Ohio. We have better prices. We're close and quicker. Salina Wholesale Liquor.
When termites strike your home or business, you want to fight back with the best. Hassman Termite and Pest Control to the rescue. With over 57 years experience, they offer the best of options, including the new BASF High Precision Injection Treatment. Don't let termites get you down. With one phone call to Hassman's, they can put one in the win column for you. Call Hassman Termite and Pest Control today or visit HassmanTermite.com and follow them on Facebook.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
Here's Omaha trying to run it, and Jake Latimer says, I don't think so. I saw enough of Kenny Miles on that last drive. Jake Latimer's going to meet the handoff right in the belly of Kenny Miles and driving back for a 3-yard loss.
Yeah, and just the old Jake Latimer just threw the hammer down.
When Jake gets going, he's in that upper echelon of defensive linemen in the league.
Yeah, he is.
And I've always thought that. You have to talk about Ben Peaster from Sioux City. He's in there as well. But Jake Latimer is there. 2nd down and 13. Here's a snap to Jackson, a little bit high, face mask high. Started to scramble and then threw it out to the left-hand side where it will be complete at the 18-yard line. Receiver on that play was Tyler Jones. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 5.
That's the difference in quarterbacks. Jackson takes a couple steps up, is still looking to complete that ball. Where on the opposite side, Tyree Adams, he would just be off. Tuck it and go.
Kenny Miles back into the lineup here for Omaha as we go under 5 minutes left to play, 2nd quarter. Omaha facing a 3rd and 5. Miles will be on the right hip, just a little behind Jackson as he sends 2 receivers in motion. Jackson wanted to come left. That receiver was covered. He's going to pump fake and then throw it downfield. Travis Taylor will put Jackson on the back seat of his pants, and that ball will be incomplete. So a 4th down now coming up for the Beef. No stirring on the bench. Omaha will keep their offense on the field.
Well, normally this is where I would say look for Rashad Pargo. It's like Marvin Jones kind of stepping out onto the field. He's going to call a timeout. He wants to think about this and talk it over.
So with 4:17 left to go, head coach Marvin Jones for the Omaha Beef will come out. He'll burn a timeout. That'll be the 2nd Omaha timeout of this game. They will have 1 remaining. Salina Liberty and head coach Ron O'Neill, they have all 3 remaining in their bag to use.
Am I crazy thinking Pargo on this? I look at a 4th and 5. Your quarterback needs to go to something that he's most comfortable with. The combinations that he has had over the years, and even in this last offseason, being able to work with Pargo, I mean, that's who he's most comfortable with. I think you've got to go strength on strength. I see Pargo going down and making the cut across, maybe around the 10, 15-yard line downfield. I think they're going to try to go deep on him.
And I don't think you're crazy in thinking that. What I think is crazy is Rashad Pargo's only had 1 target so far in this game. When's the last time we saw him finish a half without a catch?
Well, that's exactly right, but I think the defensive backs have done a good job of jamming him up and taking him out of the plays. It's like Pargo and Barfield will kind of do some matchup here.
Pargo in the slot on the right-hand side. He will be picked up by Barfield. Jackson steps up. He's going to run for it, gets to the 1st down marker, puts his shoulder down, and stumbles ahead to the 25-yard line, where it'll be an Omaha first down. They will keep this drive alive with 4 minutes left to play in the first half. It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done as Andrew Jackson takes it out. Now they're going to put the football down at the 24.
The only thing that came to my mind right there was Keith Jackson, a stumbling and a rumbling. It wasn't pretty, but he knew exactly where he needed to be.
Yes, sir. First down and 10 now at the 24-yard line. Still have to cross midfield does the Omaha Beef. Flank out to the left-hand side, and there's Trey Roberts and friends. Trey was the first one to arrive on the scene to hit Derek Curtis, and then Dontre Matthews, Travis Taylor, Isaiah Barfield, McKendrick Harper all stepped in.
Yeah, I think Trey will be a little bit disappointed that he didn't make that initial tackle, but at the same time, he said his teammates are right there to help stop that play.
You can see him, too. He's a youngster, a rookie. You can see him learning the physical part of this game pretty quickly, can't you? Second down and 8. 2 receivers in motion, one on each side. Jackson throws it over the middle. A one-on-one opportunity that Dontre Matthews can't complete, and that'll be a first down to Norman Darden. Darden will take it inside the 15 all the way to the 12-yard line, where it'll be first down for the Beef.
And that was one of the things I think, defensively you kind of roll the dice a little bit. Thomas goes in, takes that blitz opportunity, try to get in, but that left that hole open in front of that secondary, which allowed that play to develop and turn into a first down.
2:32 left to go here, second quarter. Keep in mind Omaha will also have the opening possession of the second half. They still have not scored any points, though, here in this game. 19-0 Liberty. 3 wide receivers on the left-hand side. Empty backfield for Jackson. He's looking to pass. Puts it over the middle. That one's knocked down, broken up by Trey Roberts. The Bethany College product read that one perfectly.
I want to go back to the comment you made about Roberts becoming more physical in this. One thing, the last couple games, every time the defense would come off the field, the defensive backs would come over, kind of in the area of where I would be at. They would always kind of have him with them and be talking about, okay, this took place here. Look for this. They were always teaching him, passing that knowledge on. That's what's going to make him a very strong player and a great fourth addition to that backfield.
You can't learn from a better group.
No, you can't.
I mean, look at those guys. 2 guys that were all Big 12 in Isaiah Barfield and Kendrick Harper. Dontre Matthews, who Ron O'Neill calls his next defensive coordinator. And this is going to be a pitch out to Pargo, and he's going to be ran up against the wall. Maybe got a yard.
Yeah,
third down.
Gain of about 1.
Clock still running. This may take us all the way to the 60-second break. Omaha not really looking like they're in a hurry to get a play off. And they're not going to get this one off as they have 1 second. And now we are at the 60-second warning. A timeout, back for more. See if the Liberty can keep the shutout alive. They lead it 19-0 over the Omaha Beef. Liberty football is brought to you by Precision Electric.
Neighbors helping neighbors. That's what we do. Hi, I'm Gary Shorman with the Schmidt Foundation and Eagle Radio. Now is your time to pitch in and help by signing up for the COVID vaccine.
At Child Advocacy and Parenting Services, better known as CAPS, we know the burdens families are facing in response to COVID. Stress levels are higher than ever because of isolation, unemployment, and the precautions necessary to reduce the spread. Unfortunately, that means many of us are forced to make decisions about whether to provide supervision for our kids or to keep working to put bread on the table. These kinds of decisions cause stress, which is the greatest reason child abuse occurs. At CAPS, we join our community in doing everything we can to help. And we know COVID is still a very real threat. We have a choice about how to respond. We can point fingers and place blame, or model for our children how to solve problems together by talking calmly, asking for help, and lending a hand. It takes each one of us to protect our children. As workers in child welfare and licensed child care, our staff members have registered for their vaccine. We hope you will too.
Find out more at SalinaPost.com. Get the shot. It means a lot.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
3rd and 10 for the Omaha Beef offense. 1 minute left to go here in this first half of play. All 3 receivers on the right-hand side. Jackson back to pass. Has to get around a would-be tackler. And an interception, no, dropped. Dontre Matthews had that in his gloves at the goal line and was unable to complete the interception. It would have been the 3rd week in a row D-Trey has a pick.
Wow, that's big. He had that in his hands. Now that you definitely want to come up that fourth down stop. Field goal unit's coming out.
Wow.
So,
okay.
Interesting. 0 for 2 so far, but evidently Coach Jones still has a lot of faith and confidence in his kicker.
Dontre's doing push-ups right now
As
in the
he
end
should.
zone.
As he should.
He knows that the reason Omaha has a chance to score is because he dropped that football, but he read it perfectly. Now Jeremy Reynolds on for the kick here for the Omaha Beef. It will be a 26-yard attempt. Crowd getting into it here at Tony's Pizza Event Center. And it's blocked again! Latimer along with Becker. And the Liberty have the football. This one's not over yet. Harper is going to pick it up. And then he is taken down at about the 12. But you could see the long arm of the law in Becker and Latimer in there all over that kick.
Yeah, it wasn't so much the initial penetration, but as you said, being able to get in position enough to get the arm out. There was such a low trajectory that the kicker had that it was easy to get that block. I almost thought it looked like Harper might have had a face mask.
Yeah.
But no flag was thrown. So with 46 seconds, plenty of time to make something happen. Remember, the clock will stop on any out of bounds or incomplete.
And all full complement of timeouts remaining. Waheem Bird comes over to the right-hand side. He'll be in motion. Ed Smith on the left-hand side in motion. Empty backfield for Tyree Adams on first down, and he drops the snap. Adams back to get it, though, has some time. He's going to load it to Tracy Brooks, who will take it up against the wall at the 14-yard line and stop the clock. It's a gain of 3. Clock is still running for some reason. I don't know why. Taking the ball up against the wall should have stopped the clock, and that's what Huron O'Neill is telling the officials right now.
White hat coming in. We'll see if they make an adjustment, but it looked like there should be. I thought it was at 31 seconds or so.
I looked up at 37 and it was running after the play.
Oh, okay.
You figure the kick from Omaha came with a minute. Even if that play took 12 seconds, this one took 10. They're going to say. So they are charging Salina with a timeout here. 38 seconds. See?
Well, really,
I nailed that.
Yeah, but why would you take a timeout when
I don't know.
The clock should stop?
Yep. It's a good question. Now 2 timeouts remaining. 38 seconds left to play. Adams back to pass. Under pressure again. Gets chopped at the ankles. And 2 flags will come rolling in.
I wonder if that might be our flag. You hit him down low.
Well,
holding.
I just think they're going to get holding on the left-hand side on James Tabor. So now, Salina being pushed back even more, and these things, last couple plays haven't been smooth.
Well, they haven't been. I'm not going to be as concerned right now. In 34 seconds, it's not like you're going to go and have, a couple first downs on this drive anyway. Basically, you're looking at 4 downs maximum. The officials still talking things over. These guys work together so much. I would have thought they'd be a little bit more in sync with each other.
Omaha's going to turn down the penalty, so they're going to take the down away from Salina here.
So basically 3rd and 10.
Yeah. That's interesting. That might come back to bite them.
Puts a little bit more pressure on this down right now to at least get a good chunk of that 10 back.
Adams back to throw. Crossing route. There's another flag down. This one goes to Dominic Carson at the 16.
Going to have another hold. And I think the guy that they're going after is James Tabor.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Omaha decline this penalty as well, put it into 4th down. So that'll be about 4th and 5, 4th and 6.
But here's the thing, Brian. What they did after that last play, even though the penalty, there was a penalty on the play and it was declined, when they put the ball in motion, they started the clock. So right now, 25 seconds on the scoreboard. Can't Salina just let this clock run down to 0?
I would think that they could. Yep.
See, the clock is starting exactly. Right now.
So it could be one of those things, just let it go.
Why let it run?
Well,
there's a 1 second difference.
Right. Let it go down to, to 2-3 seconds. Put the kick up. At least try to walk off the field with, potentially with those 3 points.
This is going to come from the Liberty's own 9-yard line. I think they snapped it way too soon, and it may have gotten blocked also. Rashad Pargo had it at the 5. We're out of time. He's still returning to the 20, 25, and gets brought down there at the 20-yard line, and another flag comes on the opposite side. So we played relatively what's been a clean half up until this last minute.
Yeah, so let's see where this penalty goes, because you can't stop on a – potentially you couldn't stop it on a defensive penalty. We'll see if Salina, if it goes against Omaha, does Salina just decline the ball, or does Salina potentially take the penalty? A lot of things.
It looked like.
So we sent it to Jeans.
Yeah. It's hard to tell on this. We're at halftime. That's the moral of the story. But I was going to say, what I was going to say is it looked like the penalty was on the return, so that would have wiped everything out, and it does. So here we are at halftime. 19-0 is our score. Salina leading Omaha as we are at the break. When we come back, Brian had a chance earlier to sit down with Mitch Kidd. He's a quarterback on the roster of the Salina Liberty. That's our Precision Electric player profile, and we'll talk to him and get his story. It's an interesting one. You want to stay tuned for that. 19-0, Salina leading Omaha. We're at the break for halftime. Back after this.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors. Online at pecsalina.com.
Hi, I'm Hannah, flooring designer with Mead Lumber of Salina. As an employee-owned company, we work hard to gain your trust and know every penny you spend should be well worth the product you choose. We cater to all customers, interior designers, contractors, or do-it-yourselfers. We recently added a 3,000 square foot showroom with carpet, LVP, tile, hardwoods, or laminates on display. Come see all the products we offer to help you with your next flooring project.
Mead Lumber of Salina, where we make every aspiration doable. Mead Lumber, 707 North Broadway.
At Comfort Heating and Air, we believe there's no place like your home. That's why we're proud to be a York dealer, an American-made product made in local factories right here in the Midwest. So you know the quality of our products are best in class. And with your investment in a new HVAC system for your home, you're helping our local economy. Call for your free replacement quote today with locations in Salina and Clay Center. Comfort Heating and Air, the company that cares.
Don't go another day with roof problems. Ryan Roofing will provide you with the world's best roof, the Duralast Roofing System. Custom, prefabricated to fit your specific building, your Duralast roof will be leak-free with virtually no maintenance. It's resistant to fire, high winds, chemicals, and temperature extremes. Plus, there are potential energy savings versus traditional roofing. Ryan Roofing has installed over 5.4 million square feet of Duralast roofing. Trust Ryan Roofing to solve your commercial roofing needs. Call for a quote today at 825-0475.
This is the Liberty Halftime Report. Coming up, a first half recap, stats, interviews, and a look at other CIF games. Now let's head back to the arena for Liberty Halftime on KINA.
All right, welcome back to the Tony's Pizza Event Center. It's time now for the Precision Electric Player Profile. As at halftime tonight, we're talking with Mitch Kidd. Mitch is a California guy who has bounced around this great country of ours with this fun game of football.
Yes, sir. So, it's been a good time.
Welcome to Salina, and we'll get into, first off, kind of how you made it here. Home, you said, was your California. What part of California?
Yes, sir. From Northern California in Monterey County, and then I played college ball at the University of Redlands, so been in California for a while.
Okay. So that leads me to my first question that will be my bunny trail here. Are you a 49ers fan, being a Northern California guy?
I'm actually a Raiders fan.
Okay.
They moved to Vegas, so that was a little disappointing for all the fans out there, especially the Oakland guys.
I'm a big Seahawk guy, so
I am too. I'm a big Russell Wilson guy.
Okay.
He's one of my favorites.
Okay. Well, I knew there was a little. That's why I liked you here a little bit. But had you gone with the 49ers, this interview would be over. But so being a Raiders fan though in Chiefs country, that's a little bit challenging.
Yeah, I've kept it quiet so far. It's pretty much the first thing I've said about it. So
words out.
Yeah,
words out now. So Redlands, what division do they play in?
It's D3.
Okay.
It's in the SCIAC conference.
Okay.
It was really fun. We played a lot of good teams, played some good teams in Texas, and actually Carson went to one of the D3 schools that we played against. So
Okay. So you get out of school, and then you mentioned you played for Columbus.
Yes, sir.
Down in Georgia of the NAL.
Yep.
Was that right out of college?
Yeah, so I played for Columbus out of college, had a really good time there, learned a lot. The guy ahead of me, Luke Collis, taught me a ton. He was an AFL guy for a long time, so I learned a lot in those rules, and now I'm transferring it over to these rules, so it's been a really good time learning.
Having been a part of another league, give us a little your perspective of Champions Indoor Football. How do you feel the level of the competition, the quality of athlete that you see in this league? How's it stack up, in your opinion?
I think it's been great. We've had a lot of really good players, both on our team and some of the other teams we've played, and I'm excited to see what the rest of the league has to offer. I think it's a great talent level, and that there's a lot of really good guys here.
You have limited amount of practice time throughout the week. Here you are, a Cali transplant now into Kansas. Meetings, practice, workouts. How do you feel the rest of that time, Boyd?
I work part-time also. I work for this company that's based in Seattle, actually, so I have a little gig to work from home while I'm here, and just having a great time. Wish I could spend a little more time on football, and that was the only thing I had to do, but it's great getting to hang out with the guys and do all that stuff outside of.
Well, it's kind of the best of both worlds, isn't
Absolutely.
it? I mean, you're establishing your career, but at the same time, still have that passion for the game, and so able to still participate.
Yeah, that's something unique about arena and indoor football, I think, is to where you can kind of build both sides. You can build your life, but you can still work towards your dreams and all your goals, and it gives you a different opportunity than really any other league in the world.
As a quarterback, you and I'm probably stereotyping, but a lot of times those quarterbacks, you bring that extra perspective to the game. You see the game a little bit different than everybody else. What do you see yourself ever wanting to maybe dip your toe into the coaching side of things?
So back home, I actually work with a couple of guys, a couple of kids from Carmel High School that are now playing quarterback, and there's been a couple of guys that we've had a really good time coaching. I work with an Olympic bobsled coach back home, and we've kind of teamed up together, and we're doing some work back home. It's fun to just be involved with the kids. I don't know that I'm patient enough to actually be a coach yet. I think that I expect a lot out of the kids, and I don't know that everybody's not always up to that level, but I think someday when I mellow out a little bit, it could be fun to do.
Well, it's the interesting thing that getting into that side of it, it probably happens when you least expect it.
Definitely. Yeah, you run into people and you don't expect to be coaching or doing anything, but you just want to help people out. And I know it's happened for me. I've had a ton of amazing coaches in my life that have helped me get to this point, and I hope that I continue to have more and more. I mean, Coach O has been awesome so far, instrumental definitely in my learning and helping me to progress too.
How fast was the game? This will probably relate back to more Columbus. When you first started to practice indoor, did the game go at just a much faster level than you expected?
Yeah, it's definitely very quick. it took a little while to get used to it. Once you get used to it, though, and then you go back outdoor and you work with some like the kids I was telling you about, and you go and you train with guys back home who are in college and stuff, it seems like everything outdoor is so slow. And there will be fast guys, it doesn't matter because there's just so much more space. You can do so many more things outdoor. Indoor, you really have to be on point. It's a real big team game because everybody has to be on the same page. There's no room for error with how small the field is and all the timing.
I was really impressed. It was, a couple weeks ago when Arlington was in, and it really dawned on me the second half, being down on the bench and watching from that field perspective how calm you were. I mean, I didn't really see any situation to where you were panicking or rushing, and you got knocked down a couple times after the fact.
Right.
But, I would think a normal person might have gotten up and just kind of been a little bit frustrated, but I didn't sense that with you.
So that's my Russell Wilson, inner Russell Wilson there coming out. It's been a lot of film study and stuff I've done with just looking at Russell Wilson and Drew Brees. Those are the two guys I kind of try and model my game after. And Russell Wilson does this amazing job. He works with a mental training coach, Trevor Moawad, and they work on staying neutral all the time and never really getting too high or too low, not too flustered when hits like that happen. Somebody hits you in the head or somebody hits you late, because I'm trying to be that calm force for the team that keeps us where we need to be and focused. So it's been fun learning how to do that and then actually putting it into practice when things happen.
That has to be a characteristic that you can then carry over onto the business side.
Absolutely. Definitely. Football is absolutely the best teacher for life in general, and it transfers to football in a huge way between the teamwork and learning how to stay focused and on the same path that you're trying to get to and going out there and winning.
When the call was made and Salina became an option for you, what did you know about Kansas or Salina in general? Anything at all?
I didn't really know anything about Salina. I had talked to Coach Martinez, and Coach Martinez is a great time, and so I knew I'd have fun out here no matter what the case was. I love being with the guys, and the town, the city has been awesome. I mean, you look around and you see all of our boards, all the logos. There's so many small businesses and cool different places that aren't anywhere else, and there's so much support here. It's really been a great time.
Now, this season isn't the first. You were actually here last year.
Yes.
Before everything just went all to what.
Yeah, I left all my stuff here because I was really pulling that we were going to have a season, so I had to end up flying back, driving home. So I'm really excited for us to get to it and go out here and just put all that energy we had from last year onto the field.
You mentioned you were kind of joking around with Jimmy, before we came up here, but you said you have an apartment here in town now, you and Rusty.
Yes, sir.
And so 2 California kids in the middle of Kansas, that should be a sitcom, I think.
Yeah, it's been really fun. They have basements. We don't have basements back home.
A little thing called tornadoes. We'll fill you in on those.
Exactly. I'm excited to actually get to go through one of those. We only have earthquakes back home.
Oh, we have those too.
Yeah, so it's been really fun, and we found a great place, and so it's been great to be able to still go to the hotel, be with the guys, hang out, play cards or whatever the case is, go out to all the different places we get to go to as a team, go to the bowling alley and stuff like that. It's been real fun.
Well, and I think living with Rusty, that's probably, I shouldn't kind of stereotype him as a California guy because he's from Minnesota, so
yeah,
it's he's got some Midwest in him.
Oh yeah, definitely, and it's a fight for fridge space with him.
Is it? So what's your takeaway on first-time guys that will look at Salina or look at the CIF as to, give it a shot? What's your selling point on this league and this franchise in particular?
I think the league is definitely a chance for you to continue chasing your dreams and to really go at it. It's definitely a big stepping stone to get to the next level. And that being said, nobody puts guys out like Coach O'Neill. You come here, that's your best shot is with Coach O. I mean, he's put guys into Canada, the XFL, all over the place. So if you want to be here and move up, you're serious about moving up, Coach O's your guy.
Mitch, I appreciate your time. It's fun to get to kind of get an idea of who these guys are
underneath the helmet. And, it's a numbers game right now, inactive tonight, but still such a big part of what goes on within this program. And the nice thing, and I think the thing that stands out most, whenever someone mentions your name, one, they smile and they go, that's a leader. And I think that's a credit to who you are, how you've been brought up, and all the coaches that have been a part of your life up to this point.
I appreciate that. And yeah, inactive tonight, but Ty's going to go out there and tear it up, go win Offensive Player of the Week again. So, and then we'll be moving on after that, and we'll get ready to go tear up next team.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun trip next week.
Absolutely.
Now we're going to find out what the CIF is all about on that trip up to Gillette, Wyoming.
Definitely.
But, halftime at the Salina Liberty as they're taking on the Omaha Beef. This has been the Precision Electric Player Profile from the Tony's Pizza Event Center. We'll be back with more Liberty football on 910 KINA.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in Central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors. Online at pecsalina.com.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Led by orthopedic surgeons Drs. Timothy Hawks and Travis Rump and sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists, we are ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
While there are many reasons to visit the beautiful community of Marquette, Kansas, Smoky Valley Distillery offers a new one. Made with the finest Kansas ingredients, including the refreshing sandstone filtered water of the nearby Kiowa Aquifer, these handcrafted spirits capture the heart and soul of Central Kansas and a taste of the Smoky Valley. Ask your local liquor store for Smoky Valley Distillery's Kansas-born products today.
The name is JJ Lawn Care, but don't let the name fool you. It's not just lawns they care about, it's their customers. JJ Lawn Care is a locally owned business that works with people in and around Salina on more than just lawns. The spring season is here, and now's the time to act for a healthy, lush lawn. Call now for a free estimate on a 4 or 6 step program. Let JJ Lawn Care come to the rescue for your fescue. Give them a call today, 820-7728. JJ Lawn Care, caring for more than just your lawn.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
Back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center, Devin Haney along with Brian Berner. We Beef. And Brian, most of that action started off early on in this game in the first quarter, in which the Liberty dominated.
The ability to really, that first possession, he had a pass and then probably 5-6 runs or carries. Tracy Brooks led the way, touchdown. You come back then, the next possession, block a field goal attempt for a safety, get the ball back, bring it downfield, another touchdown. You know, that really kind of set that momentum. And the defense has really done a great job of stepping up. They get those timely stops when they need it. Some missed opportunities special team wise again by Omaha. To me, a rarity. 19-0. So you shut your opponent out for 2 quarters. It's can Salina keep that momentum going? Omaha will have the ball to start the second half. You want to get that big defensive stance to kind of lay that groundwork for how the second half could potentially play out.
Yeah, we saw Salina come out with a lot of vinegar in this game, and they got off to an early lead. We took the opening drive down for a touchdown, and then, as you said, things just started going on from there. But, boy, that second quarter was just really rough to watch. It just kind of looked like things fell out of sync for the Salina offense. Looks like they got away from their running game. Omaha had probably more time of possession in that second quarter, but just unable to do anything with it. They get it all the way down inside of the 10, a chance to do something, a pass that should have been intercepted by Dontre Matthews. Then they settle for a field goal attempt. That was blocked, so they're still with a goose egg on the scoreboard. And we talked about that in the first quarter. Not often do you see a shutout in a quarter of indoor football. Now we got a whole half.
Yeah, it's been crazy. And, the defensive backs kind of stepped up, made some good stops, knocked the ball away for Salina when Omaha had the ball. And then they came back with Kenny Miles, and they just kind of ran off, I think, 2-3 plays where the guy probably had 25, almost 30 yards to carry. And then it's like they got out of doing that. And so it's trying to get that consistency down, go with what's working until the opponent stops you. There's some things I'm still waiting to see. I'm still kind of waiting to see Waheem Bird kind of let loose, let him go. Defense. Type of game we expected? I think kind of yes.
Yeah.
Because both teams are really going after each other pretty hard. Try to see who is right in there on that stop. Travis Taylor along with Thomas. One thing that I don't think we've seen a lot of defensively, we haven't seen Shaq Bradford get on one of those in positions. I want to see him in there. No disrespect to the other guys, but I'd like to see that added bit of quickness coming from that end to see how well Omaha can adjust.
Absolutely. Agree with you on that. As Andrew Jackson ready to start out. 3 receivers on the left-hand side. Empty backfield. Jackson trying to pass. And there is Rusty Becker making a house call. He'll put Jackson all the way back to the 14-yard line on the quarterback sack, and it's going to be a loss of 8 for Omaha on their first play of the half.
That's on Matt Cross, the offensive lineman. He just could not contain Becker. Becker was able to kind of get on the side, get in to then put the pressure on and ultimately get the sack on Andrew Jackson.
So that'll put Omaha in a big hole here as we start third quarter. 2 receivers on each side, evenly split, all 4. Jackson back to pass again. Gets rid of this one quickly, and the pass caught, but then there's the Liberty tacklers right there, and no yards after catch. At the 19-yard line, the catch was made by Derek Curtis. And they have swarmed to the ball really well tonight.
Yeah, they've done a great job. And that's the thing. Jackson, he's not going to take all day. He's just going to take that 1-2 drop back, then immediately get that ball loose. Defense have made some great adjustments. They've got a great game plan in place to be able to kind of realize what's going to be taking place.
3rd and 13 for the Omaha Beef. Jackson this time will have a running back in the backfield. On his right hip, all 3 receivers to the left. Jackson back to pass, lets one rip down the left-hand wall, and it's going to be picked off. Isaiah Barfield has it. Here comes Zay to the 5, to the 10, and he drips over his own guy at the 15-yard line. It looked like Isaiah and Dontre Matthews got tangled up, but that's the first interception of the year for the former Kansas Jayhawk, Isaiah Barfield.
That time he did a great job. Omaha was looking to go on that left side down towards the end zone. Barfield and Dontre Matthews both kind of backpedaled, were able to get in position, read the quarterback to where that ball was going. Isaiah just jumped right in front of the receiver. And then I think he was looking to try to get some blocks in front of him, but unfortunately the old legs gave out.
And this may be his biggest return of the night. He's going up to find his son in the stands to give him that football. 15-yard line, Liberty will take over after the turnover for Omaha. 3 receivers on the right-hand side, pitch out to that side. Brooks will come back now on the counter to the left. 15-20, 25-20, and brought down at about the 17-yard line by the pursuing Omaha defenders. As that time, Brooks set up the sweep, but then countered back to the left.
The one thing that Omaha was counting on was trying to get a drive together. You had the ball to start the second half. Get in. They needed to get points on that board. Now, with that interception here within a couple plays, Salina could be the one putting the points on the board.
Tracy made it to the 17, where it's going to be first down and 10. Again, they're going to put all 3 receivers on that right-hand side. Nelson Brown in the slot. The 2 outside guys in motion. Here's the sweep to that side. Brooks has another crease, and he will get all the way to the 10. That's a gain of 17, and it will bring, that's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down and 3 from the 17 to the 10.
Great run that time. Brooks is able to get in, and again, he's not going to run through you. Well, yeah, he's going to run through you. He's going to run over you. He's not going to try to run around you. He's going to take that shortest route. Again, the scary part should be for Omaha, you got Brooks in the backfield, but if he gets tired, you've got Dominic Carson there to come in.
Right. Second down and 3. 2 receivers in motion, 1 on each side. Here's Brooks now, stutter stepping in the middle of the field, trying to get away from Omaha's defender, Trey Dudley-Giles, a former Salina Liberty defensive back. And Trey will bring him down right there in the middle of the field. No gain on the play, and it will remain third down and about 4.
Yeah, I think that tackle probably saved a first down because had Dudley-Giles not been able to maintain hold of Brooks's leg, he could have scampered and got that extra 2-3 yards.
So 3rd and 4 coming up here for the Liberty. They lead at 19-0. Third quarter, 10:25 left to go. Here's Adams, design keeper. Brooks throws the lead block. Adams is going to have the first down as he is stacked up just shy of the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 6.
Great weapon to have. That's why I think Coach O'Neill is so fond of this guy. Just grab it, look for that quarterback draw. Has the blocking out in front.
Brooks not a bad lead blocker
either.
No,
not at all. Not at all.
He took on that linebacker in the middle of the field and gave some extra time there for Adams to get the first down. First and goal now from the 6 for the Liberty. 3 receivers, all shift to the left. Here's the gift to Brooks. Tracy still churning those feet, got hit at the line of scrimmage, but then gets 2 yards after contact, and he'll take it to the 4 on a gain of 2. Second down and goal from the 4.
Just so tough to bring down. Really no surprise, just hand the ball right up the middle. Right into the beef of the beef. Can I say that?
Yes. Right behind Kelvin McCoy. McCoy, the center for Salina. Bittinger on his right. Tabor on his left. Brooks, fake this time. Adams tries to cut back to the left. Looked like he had his feet come out from underneath him, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, where it'll be third down and goal from the 4.
All right, you've got 2 options here, or two chances to get this ball in the end zone. I want to see a ball thrown across the back of that end zone. I've got 2 targets in mind. You know, I want to see Bird at 6'2", but I also think Nelson Brown at 6 foot can kind of go in and establish more of that basketball defensive position, get in front of that defensive back to become a target.
Brown and Bird both split to the right. Tracy Brooks also receiver. It's an undercut right in front of Adams. Brooks is going to leap over a defender and into the end zone. Tracy Brooks scores from 4 yards away. It's his third rushing touchdown of the night.
Great play call by Haran O'Neal. He had receivers, 4 of them kind of spread out, 2 on each side. Just bring Bird across for that quick little pitch. He was able to push that ball in, got a little help, but so strong and the momentum was definitely in his favor.
That'll bring Jimmy Allen on to apply the extra point and try to extend this 25-0 Salina lead. Oscar Scott, the long snapper. Tracy Brooks will put it down after his third touchdown of the night. Snap is good. Brooks gets it down. Jimmy Allen's kick is once again perfect. 26-0, our score, an immediate timeout. 7:26 left to go in the third. The Liberty get a stop, and then they put up another touchdown, dominating the Omaha Beef. Midway through the third quarter, Liberty football is brought to you by Precision Electric.
The Tony's Pizza Event Center is open for business and ready to welcome you. Whether you have a group of 12 or 1,200, our staff can help you plan the perfect event. With 8 meeting rooms and over 18,000 square feet, the Great Plains Manufacturing Convention Hall has plenty of room for your conference, trade show, wedding, or banquet, while our in-house food and beverage team can craft a menu to suit any event. Schedule your personalized tour today by calling Tony's Pizza Event Center today.
Salina Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at salinasepticservice.com, proudly supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors. Online at pecsalina.com.
Looking to take the next step in your career? An MBA from Kansas Wesleyan can help. You can complete the degree entirely online with no GMAT required in as little as 1 year, and your last class is free. You can start at the beginning of any 8-week session. Want to know more? Visit kwu.edu/MBA. That's kwu.edu/MBA.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Devin and Brian, Big Sam, producing and engineering. All three of us just talking about this game and what's going on here. 26-0. The Liberty flexing that defensive muscle. They've gotten it done in all three aspects of the game so far. Still a long way to go, though. 23 minutes left to play as Jimmy Allen puts another one in the air, and this one's going to bounce off the rigging. He almost got there once in the first half. He's going to nail the rigging here. There's a part of Tony's Pizza Event Center that hangs a little bit lower than the rest of it, and that's where Jimmy Allen was kicking into. He's been good all night, but that one he hit. And I think that's the first time that he's ever hit that rigging.
I was just going to say, in all the years that we've been in here with football, that's the first time I remember that ever being hit.
Yeah. So that will be a gratuitous midfield spot at the 25-yard line for the Omaha Beef. Right now, that offense needing all the help they can get as they still have a big, fat 0 up there on the scoreboard. 26-0, Liberty lead it. Defense back out onto the field. Naquan Thomas in there at linebacker. Jackson, 2 receivers on the right. He's going to hand it off, and this will go nowhere. Loss of 1. Travis Taylor comes in and makes the tackle on Kitty Miles. Miles had success his first 3 carries, but since then, he's had to deal with the front 3 of Becker, Latimer, and Taylor.
Yeah, those guys, wonder what the combined wingspan of those 3 guys might be.
The whole field.
Yeah, I mean, they do. I mean, seriously, they're not going to be the tallest guys, but, their wingspan, I think, is kind of what amazes me and what has resulted in 2 blocked kicks.
Yeah. Becker is enormous. I mean, if you can compare somebody to J.J. Watt, that's exactly what he looks like. Here's Jackson now back to pass. Thought he had an alley. He's going to pull up and pass at the last minute. That'll come out to Kenny Miles at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5. You bring somebody in like Rusty Becker, and I'm not sure what exactly the age difference is between him and Latimer, but Becker younger, you bring somebody in, boy, that could really rejuvenate a guy like Jake Latimer too, can't it?
Yeah, definitely. And, Jake's been, he's probably been out of school 8-9 years.
It's been a while.
I think. Rusty finished up his eligibility at Cal 2 years ago.
3rd down and 5 for the Beef. 2 receivers in motion, 1 on each side. Jackson passes it over to the left. That one was nearly taken out of the air by Isaiah Barfield, but the catch made by Rashad Pargo, and that will be a gain of 6 and a 1st down for the Omaha Beef. Now they'll have 1st down and 10 at the Liberty 14-yard line. Boy, that was a fraction of a second.
Yeah, it was so close. Isaiah knew where that was going, just, as you said, just about a half second behind from being able to jump that route.
Jackson, empty backfield again. He's going to flank it out to the right-hand side. Another gain of 5, this time on the catch, Derek Curtis.
It was a good first contact tackle, though, by Isaiah Barfield. A lot of times, last week we would see the receiver would come in. We weren't able to kind of wrap him up initially to get that stop so they get the yard after catch. That time Isaiah got his arms around the receiver, brought him down for the 5-yard gain.
2nd down and 5. Plenty of cushion being given by these Liberty defensive backs. They go to Curtis again. He's going to sidestep a would-be tackle by Naquan Thomas and just kind of stumble his way down to the 1-yard line. That was a kind of an evasive move there by Curtis. Now he will come out of the game, and they will bring a couple of bigger guys back on. Power running game perhaps here coming up for the Beef as they have 1st and goal at the 1.
Miles is in there at the running back spot. I think the lead blocker will probably be number 90, Robert Cuba.
4 minutes left to play here in the 3rd. Omaha looking for their first score of the night. It's an I formation. Yes, I said that correctly. And movement up front. See who this goes against here. Travis Taylor moved. So did the offensive lineman in front of him. If it's Taylor, it'll only be a half a yard. If it's the offensive lineman in front of him, it'll be 5 the other way.
I think it's going to go against Salina. At least Omaha is pointing in that direction. So it would be Travis Taylor.
Still remains 1st and goal. Again, half the distance to the goal. That wasn't very much. Jackson will duck under center again. Still in an I formation. Jackson wants the quarterback sneak. He's trying to be pushed in from behind, and he will have it. Boy, it took every bit of Robert Cuba from behind to push Andrew Jackson in because he wasn't getting in on his own.
Yeah. Got it in. Looks like they're going to potentially go for 2. So the shutout was too good to be true. I tell you what, it lasted quite a while.
Yes, it did. First score for Omaha comes with 3:27 left to go in the 3rd quarter. It's an Andrew Jackson 1-yard keeper. Now going for 2. They sweep it out right-hand side to the running back, Kenny Miles, and Miles will get it in for a 2-point conversion. So let's put it in perspective where we're at right now. Even if you do that 2 more times to get the 2-point conversion, without the Liberty scoring, you still trail by 2. 26-8, 2:55 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Living without pain and being comfortable is something we all take for granted until pain strikes. At the Salina Pain Clinic, your comfort is the #1 goal. Our facility has the only board-certified pain management specialist in the region and licensed support staff. Easy parking close to our doors, a single-level facility with no stairs, friendly faces that welcome you into a lobby where your relief process begins. Even our seating has your comfort in mind, providing a chair for every need. Procedures are performed performed in the Salina Surgical Arts Center, an accredited facility with the latest technology to provide the best care possible. Our staff is licensed and will take the time to learn about you and what your pain means. We're dedicated to providing the best care possible because your comfort is our number one goal. You'll see local physicians who care about our community. Call the Salina Pain Clinic inside the Salina Surgical Arts Center, 200 South 5th Street, or online at aack.org.
When you hire street plumbing, heating, and electric in Salina and Lincoln, you'll be making a great decision. Providing full-service plumbing and HVAC, they have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right the first time. They work with you throughout the project to ensure you get the personalized service you deserve from licensed and insured technicians. Excellent customer service in Central Kansas since 1985. The experienced team will clean the premises once the job is done. Street Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. Know them better at streetphe.com.
Warm weather is just around the corner, and we can feel it at Salina Wholesale Liquor. Now's the time to get quotes and place orders for those graduation parties, weddings, or spring break shenanigans. We always have great deals on case orders and 15% off for Wine Wednesday. Don't forget Craft Beer Thursday. Save big now at all 3 locations in Salina, at Sam's Club, off 9th Street behind Cadova, and on the corner of Iron and Ohio. We have better prices. We're close and quicker. Salina Wholesale Liquor.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
Quickly, the Liberty back on offense with a pitch out to Dominic Carson and a big jump cut from DC. He will take it down to the 5-yard line, and what we missed during the break was a kick return by Tracy Brooks. He picked a football up at about the 15-yard line and just about broke enough tackles to cash that one in for a touchdown, but he was stopped at the 12. And now the Liberty offense go to work with Dominic Carson in the backfield. 2nd down and 3 from the 5. 2 receivers in motion on that side. Here's Carson again on the sweep. Changing directions, coming back and getting the line of scrimmage right at the 5-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 3.
That time Carson probably did the smart thing on his cutback, kind of more going straight towards the end zone. But I think had he brought his speed out around that left side a little bit wider at an angle, he might have had a little bit of an open territory.
So Carson stays in there. Brooks taking a break currently. Carson left hip of Tyree Adams. He'll take it again, right up the middle. Jump cut to the right. He's going to spin, twist, get down to the 2. That'll be enough for a 1st down. 1st and goal for the Liberty as they enter the red zone here at the 2-yard line. He's just such a phenomenal stop-and-go runner. I mean, I don't know how he does it.
Well, his size, he's built for movement. 5'5", 150. I think that was my 7th grade playing weight and height. But he's just so darn quick in his balance.
Carson takes it again. Barely got it from Tyree Adams this time. He's going to be spun around a couple times. Now puts his hand on the ground as he tries to get away and gets back to the 4. He should have lost 7 yards on that play, but instead he's going to lose 2.
Again, balance. You're spinning him around, and it's just tough to get him down to the ground. Your elite athletes, what makes them better than so many other people? Their balance.
2nd down and goal now from the 5 as the Liberty will take this one all the way to the end of the 1st quarter. There was a 2-second differential between play clock and game clock, and a smart move here by Huron O'Neill to go to the other side, where they will start off the 4th quarter with the ball at the 5-yard line, and we'll be back with that. 26-8 our score. Liberty lead it here on KINA.
Neighbors helping neighbors. That's what we do. Hi, I'm Gary Shorman with the Schmidt Foundation and Eagle Radio. Now is your time to pitch in and help by signing up for the COVID vaccine.
At Child Advocacy and Parenting Services, better known as CAPS, we know the burdens families are facing in response to COVID. Stress levels are higher than ever because of isolation, unemployment, and the precautions necessary to reduce the spread. Unfortunately, that means many of us are forced to make decisions about whether to provide supervision for our kids or to keep working to put bread on the table. These kinds of decisions cause stress, which is the greatest reason child abuse occurs. At CAPS, we join our community in doing everything we can to help. And we know COVID is still a very real threat. We have a choice about how to respond. We can point fingers and place blame, or model for our children how to solve problems together by talking calmly, asking for help, and lending a hand. It takes each one of us to protect our children. As workers in child welfare and licensed childcare, our staff members have registered for their vaccine. We hope you will too.
Find out more at salinapost.com. Get the shot. It means a lot.
When termites strike your home or business, you want to fight back with the best. Hasman Termite and Pest Control to the rescue. With over 57 years experience, they offer the best of options, including the new BASF High Precision Injection Treatment. Don't let termites get you down. With one phone call to Hasman's, they can put one in the win column for you. Call Hasman Termite and Pest Control today or visit HasmanTermite.com and follow them on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Hannah, flooring designer with Mead Lumber of Salina. As an employee-owned company, we work hard to gain your trust and know every penny you spend should be well worth the product you choose. We cater to all customers, interior designers, contractors, or do-it-yourselfers. We recently added a 3,000 square foot showroom with carpet, LVP, tile, hardwoods, or laminates on display. Come see all the products we offer to help you with your next flooring project.
Mead Lumber of Salina, where we make every aspiration doable. Mead Lumber, 707 North Broadway.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
Back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center, some scores from across the league. According to the Champions Indoor Football website, the Sioux City Bandits lead the Wichita Force in the second quarter. I think this game just hit halftime, 32-0. The score there, Sioux City leading Wichita. And also underway about an hour later than the rest of us, just underway about, probably 20 minutes or so. The Dodge City Law leading the Wyoming Mustangs 7-6. Here, 26-8 as we enter the fourth quarter. Salina Liberty looking to add on to their 26-point total right now as they have a second goal at the 5-yard line. 3 receivers all on the right. Here's the fake pitch out to Brooks. Tyree Adams to the end zone. There's Nelson Brown for a touchdown. The first passing touchdown of the game for Tyree Adams. It's been Tracy Brooks' show up until now. And Nelson Brown, for the second week in a row, connects with Tyree Adams for a touchdown.
Wide open. Easy 6 points. I almost thought when Adams had it and it kind of started to roll out that he was going to try to carry that ball. Had an open path, it looked like, to the corner of the end zone, but made a little bit quicker work with the touchdown pass.
Extra point by Jimmy Allen is off the upright and bouncing out. That's the first kick that he's attempted here on, as we view it, the right-hand side. It's where the Liberty bench lays underneath the crossbar. And that is the first extra point that Jimmy Allen has missed here. He's 3 of 4 now with no extra point after that, and the score remains 32-8. Brian, what are your thoughts on that Sioux City score, 32-0 over Wichita?
It's surprising based on what I thought was the better performance that Wichita provided a week ago. I thought they were stronger, but that's a long ride up. So you look at the travel considerations going up there, and Sioux City at home, always a tough place to play. One of our favorite places to play.
Sure.
Because of the pulled pork nachos.
No better concessions
that
in the
I
league.
was always fond of.
Absolutely. 32-8. Don't forget the toughest monster truck tour is coming here to Tony's Pizza Event Center on Saturday, June 26th. This is a show that usually arrives here in Salina in February, but due to recent situations with COVID-19, this show now will be taking place here at Tony's Pizza Event Center on June 26th. Pre-sale tickets are on sale now at Tony'sPizzaEventCenter.com. Join us for the toughest monster truck tour here in Salina at Tony's Pizza Event Center. Bigfoot and friends.
Tell you what, definitely each year, big names show up for that one.
Jimmy Allen's set to kick it away as he is once again looking at Deshaun Jones, with Jones now in the back of that end zone is Anthony Jones. Jimmy's kick, high, end over end. It's going to drive Anthony Jones right back to the back of the end zone. He'll bring it out now at the 5, 10, 15. Tried to hurdle a defender. He got over Oscar Scott, but then a Liberty defenseman, looked like Travis Taylor, made him pay for it. Also in there on the tackle for Salina was Trey Roberts.
Well, Andrew Jackson coming out for the Beef, and it's a have-to possession. With the clock running, the number of possessions you're going to have, you're only going to get the ball about enough times to try to tie this thing up, and that's trying to also go 3 and out when the Liberty would have the ball.
Omaha will start this drive out, first down and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Jackson will send his receivers in motion, now drops back to pass, little pump fake. Becker may have gotten a hand on him, but now a little shovel pass out that's going to go all the way down the field for a score. What a play there by Andrew Jackson. Looked like Rusty Becker was going to bring him down, but Jackson stepped through that would-be tackle and ended up on a little flip out to Deshaun Jones, and Jones is going to score. Wow. That was a quick hitter.
That was. I didn't see how close he potentially was. I think he had enough distance between the line of scrimmage when he let that ball go. Great, great presence on the field by Jackson to know where the situation was, and it's really no surprise that he would try to get that ball off to someone else. The Beef to go for 2.
Going to try it again, and they need all of these if they're going to stay in, and that's incomplete. So, again, you were 3 touchdowns behind if you're Omaha, but you're also 3 touchdowns plus 2-point conversions just to tie it up.
Right.
So missing that 2-point conversion right there adds another possession.
There you go. And Salina is going to have the ball right back. Opportunity to, with the ground game that they have with Carson, with Brooks, to be able to get those positive yards. The clock will continue to run. Again, timing rules, the clock doesn't stop on an out of bounds until the final minute of the quarter. So this is where the clock will be in favor. Some squib kicks have been the nature here by Omaha at this point in time. Maybe do you roll the dice? Do you try to do a line drive kick at one of the guys on the front line in hopes that it bounces off? Kind of the equivalent of an onside kick. So we'll see what Marvin Jones and staff decides to try to do.
32-14. Salina with the lead.
You got the big threat, Dominic Carson, back deep.
We haven't seen a lot of action out of him tonight, have we?
You haven't. The last few have been kind of bounce balls that would go to Brooks.
And Omaha maybe wishing they would have kicked it to Dominic Carson because they kick it out of bounds over the left-hand wall, and it's going to bring the possession out to start at the 25-yard line for the Salina Liberty.
So good field position for Salina to start. I'll bring it. Looks like they'll start it on the left hash mark. So now a short field for the Liberty. See what Coach O'Neill decides. Does he just try to keep the ball on the ground, play it somewhat safe? But then again, when has Coach O'Neill tried to play things safe?
I was going through my mental file, and I was like, no.
He wouldn't be Coach O if he played it safe.
12 minutes left to go. Liberty in motion on the right-hand side. Pitch out Brooks. Brooks a little hop, skip, and a jump to start, and he's going to rumble ahead. Run through a would-be tackler and still have a Liberty first down. It's another gain of 10 for Tracy Brooks, who's having himself one heck of a night.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter whether it's Brooks or Carson in that backfield. Those guys have just been able to find those holes. Be interested to see, kind of what they're averaging yards per carry, but I think it's got to be, 6-7 yards.
Oh, at least, yeah. First down and 10 at the 15. Salina already in Omaha territory, leading 32-14. Here's the snap back to Adams. Little delay handoff. They'll go to Brooks, and Tracy makes it to the 16. I'm not sure that that's Tracy's best play. I think that's probably more of a Dominic Carson type of play where Tracy's just so good when he hits that hole 100%.
Yeah, no, I would totally agree with you. Had he gone up, I think he kind of cost himself when he did try to do that cutback. He hesitates a little bit. He's not as smooth on that cutback as Dominic is. Whereas, like you said, Tracy's main thing, he's got that explosiveness right through that first level to get into that backfield.
From the 16 after the loss of 1, it's second down and 11. Here's the underneath handoff again. This one going to Ed Smith, and Ed's going to take it to the 12. That'll be a gain of 4 and bring up third down and about 7 for the Salina Liberty. 10:20 left to go. And I think, too, we need to give a salute to the lineman on the right-hand side, that right tackle over there. It's Nick Bittinger, a newcomer this year. Seems like every time they run a sweep, they're going right off of his backside.
Yeah. Definitely the line has done a good job tonight. Not only protecting the quarterback, but opening up those holes.
Third down and 7 for the Liberty. All receivers on the left-hand side. They pitch it out again to that side. It's Brooks. Now he's going to counter back the other way. Had to get rid of the Omaha linebacker and then brought down for no gain on the play. That was well defended by Omaha, especially after the change of direction from Tracy Brooks.
Yeah, they did a good job coming in. Shutting him down brings up fourth down now, so 4th and 7. We'll see. Yeah, looks like Coach O's just going to keep the offense out there.
Yeah, numbers-wise, 3's not really going to do that much for you here.
No, it's not. And here's the situation. Even if you get stopped, worst-case scenario, you're going to have the ball back over to Omaha, inside the 15-yard line. So
Coach O'Neill's going to take this clock all the way down to 1 second, call a timeout with 9:07 left to go. Should have been a media timeout.
So close.
Yeah.
So close.
We'll just get all the timeouts collected here and use them all. Next week, the long road trip for the Salina Liberty, they're going to visit the Expansion Mustangs in Gillette, Wyoming. Keep in mind, that'll be a Mountain Time game, so we'll get started a little bit later as you tune it in here in Salina on KINA. Multiple ways you can listen to the radio broadcast and hear your Liberty, 9:10 a.m., also 107.5 FM, or you can stream it on SalinaPost.com. That's coming up next Saturday as the Liberty visit the Mustangs in Gillette, Wyoming. Last check, Dodge City was leading the Wyoming Mustangs 7-6 in the second quarter.
Should be a fun environment for you to go up to. Good crowds they've had the first couple games.
Big fourth down here for the Liberty. All 3 receivers on the left-hand side. Tyree Adams back to pass. Clean pocket. Still looking. Now being chased from behind. Dumps it off to Tracy Brooks. Tracy at the 10. Loses the football. And Omaha's going to come up with it. A fumble on 4th down will turn the football over to the Omaha Beef. And really when you kind of hear the word fumble and turnover, it makes you cringe a little bit. But that one not as bad as what it could have been. We'll talk about that when we come back. It's a media timeout. 32-14. Liberty leading it. Just under 9 minutes left to go over the Omaha Beef right here on KINA.
At Comfort Heating and Air, we believe there's no place like your home. That's why we're proud to be a York dealer, an American-made product made in local factories right here in the Midwest. So you know the quality of our products are best in class. And with your investment in a new HVAC system for your home, you're helping our local economy. Call for your free replacement quote today with locations in Salina and Clay Center. Comfort Heating and Air, the company that cares.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors online at pecsalina.com. RyanRoofing.com.
Don't go another day with roof problems. Ryan Roofing will provide you with the world's best roof, the Duralast Roofing System. Custom, prefabricated to fit your specific building, your Duralast roof will be leak-free with virtually no maintenance. It's resistant to fire, high winds, chemicals, and temperature extremes. Plus, there are potential energy savings versus traditional roofing. Ryan Roofing has installed over 5.4 million square feet of Duralast roofing. Trust Ryan Roofing to solve your commercial roofing needs. Call for a quote today at 825-0475.
You're listening to Liberty Football on KINA.
Back to action. Andrew Jackson on first down. Dumps one off over the middle to Norman Darden. It's defended well by Naquan Thomas, who makes the tackle after just a gain of 2 yards. Second down and 8 now at the 14-yard line for the Omaha Beef. Clock running, 8:20 left to play in this one. Salina leading 32-14. Jackson now tries to flank it out to the left to Rashad Pargo. That one's going to be batted down at the line of scrimmage. It looks like Shaq Bradford, maybe Rusty Becker got a hold of that one.
Yeah, it looked like Rusty Becker, try to go in, play with your hands up in the air, make him throw it over the trees. Becker was able to get a mid on it, knock that ball away, so third down in what is definitely 4-down territory.
3rd and 8 for Omaha. Shaq Bradford, former Kansas Wesleyan Coyote, on that right end. Jackson back to pass. Lets one rip again into the VIP section over there on the other side where people are standing. Doesn't look like anybody lost their head, as that had a lot of juice behind it and brings up 4th down.
The guy that got the ball doing the first thing he's got to, wrapping both hands and arms around that ball. Not going to let anybody take it away from him, but there, what a nice guy. Tosses it up to a youngster in the crowd.
4th down. As you hear this crowd get into it, it's 4th and 8. Jackson. 2 receivers on the left-hand side, and the snap is fumbled. It's rolling around back at the 5-yard line. They're going to pick it up, and Rusty Becker is there to take down the running back that recovered the fumble. Deshaun Jones ran right into the big arms of Rusty Becker.
So Salina's last possession, they turned the ball over on about the 13, 14-yard line. They will now get it back on their own end at the 6-yard line.
And the only difference, a little bit of time off the clock. 6:51 left to play now. Liberty have it back 32-14 in a short field in front of them. Good job there by the Liberty defense making a stand. And now the ball sitting at the 6. Bird and Smith come out wide to the right-hand side. They'll be in motion. Nelson Brown lined up just off the offensive line on that right-hand side. Tracy Brooks, the running back. Fake pitch out to Brooks. Adams looking. Now he's going to scramble, leaves out to the right-hand side, and then gets thrown ahead to about the 2.5-yard line. Boy, he should have been down at the 5, but just the momentum of Tyree Adams keeping alive, and also Robert Cuba, the Omaha defensive lineman, slung him ahead and got about half of that.
Yeah, they take a couple extra yards. 2nd and goal from the 2.
Clock now under 6 minutes left to go.
Let's ring another one up for Tracy Brooks.
Yeah, why not? Make it a 4-touchdown night. Calvin McCoy grabs the football. Here's the give to Brooks. Tries it off right-hand side behind Bittinger. He dives and scores. Touchdown, Tracy Brooks. Bittinger, Calvin McCoy doing the work on the right-hand side of that line. And a touchdown for the Liberty. It's Tracy Brooks' 4th touchdown of the night.
Tracy makes the run downfield to toss the ball to a fan, and now comes back. Assume his position, holding for one Jimmy Allen.
That was stoppage in play.
It's like Omaha was calling a timeout. They're going to.
Omaha is going to challenge. So we will take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back and hopefully tell you how it went. 5:07 left to go here. 38-14. An official review of that Tracy Brooks touchdown coming up After this timeout, Salina Liberty football brought to you by Precision Electric.
Salina Regional's Orthopedic and Sports Medicine is your home field advantage. Led by orthopedic surgeons Drs. Timothy Hawks and Travis Rump and sports medicine physician Dr. Matthew Pyle, along with an A-team of certified athletic trainers and physical therapists, we are ready when you need us to help prevent injuries, enhance performance, or to heal through surgery and rehabilitation. For area athletes to weekend warriors, the home field advantage starts at Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine.
While there are many reasons to visit the beautiful community of Marquette, Kansas, Smoky Valley Distillery offers a new one. Made with the finest Kansas ingredients, including the refreshing sandstone filtered water of the nearby Kiowa Aquifer, these handcrafted spirits capture the heart and soul of central Kansas and a taste of the Smoky Valley. Ask your local liquor store for Smoky Valley Distillery's Kansas-born products today.
The name is JJ Lawn Care, but don't let the name fool you. It's not just lawns they care about, it's their customers. JJ Lawn Care is a locally owned business that works with people in and around Salina on more than just lawns. The spring season is here, and now's the time to act for a healthy, lush lawn. Call now for a free estimate on a 4 or 6 step program. Let JJ Lawn Care come to the rescue for your fescue. Give them a call today, 820-7728. JJ Lawn Care, caring for more than just your lawn.
The Tony's Pizza Event Center is open for business and ready to welcome you. Whether you have a group of 12 or 1,200, our staff can help you plan the perfect event. With 8 meeting rooms and over 18,000 square feet, the Great Plains Manufacturing Convention Hall has plenty of room for your conference, trade show, wedding, or banquet, while our in-house food and beverage team can craft a menu to suit any event. Schedule your personalized tour today by calling Tony's Pizza Event Center today.
Salina Septic Services provides septic services including septic tank installation, inspection, and repair. In addition to professional septic tank services, we also provide portable restroom rentals. We have many options available, including his and hers portable restrooms and hand washing sinks. Setup, service, and removal are all part of our rentals. Whether you project a long-term construction job or a family gathering, we guarantee a clean porta potty. Find us today at salinasepticservice.com, proudly supporting the southeast of Saline Trojans.
Think about the word precision. Precision represents quality and the fact of being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electrical Contractors in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Don't rely on so-so electrical. Visit the team at Precision Electrical Contractors. Online at pecsalina.com.
The Liberty plays here. Salina's sports station is KINA.
Welcome back to Tony's Pizza Event Center. Still awaiting the result of a video review. Omaha challenging the touchdown by Tracy Brooks as the herd of zebras emerged from the tunnel. One of them wearing a white hat is going to tell us how it went. And the touchdown stands. Which, I mean, pretty much is probably going to be the call anytime we have a video review, because there's not going to be enough video to overturn anything. I mean, it's the guys on the field are doing the best job that I think we're going to get.
Yeah, there are some locations, some arenas that are set up a little bit better for the video review process.
So Jimmy Allen will look now to Tracy Brooks, who's looking to Oscar Scott for the long snap of this extra point. Here's the snap, the placement, and the kick is up and good. 5:05 left to go. 39-14 is our score as Jimmy puts on another extra point, and he is now 4 of 5 on point afters tonight. Also has a 37-yard field goal, and the Liberty back up here, Brian, by 25 points, 39-14.
It's been a good evening, pretty much all the way around. I think a lot of the questions that Coach O'Neill may have had going into the game have probably been answered. That's a situation, get out of this healthy, get a couple good practices in, get your game plan ready for the long trip up to Wyoming.
Score updates for you. So I understand it was 25-0. Sioux City was leading the Wichita Force at the 1-minute warning before the halftime break, and then they tacked on another touchdown in that 60 seconds. They went to halftime with a 32-0 lead, Sioux City over Wichita at the intermission of that one. Also, the Dodge City Law has been resurrected. They're in Gillette, Wyoming tonight to play the Mustangs. In the second quarter, Dodge City leads that game 13-6. Here it is 39-14, Salina, as the Liberty looking to go to 3-0. Back deep, Deshaun Jones once again, along with Anthony Jones. And Anthony Jones probably has the best kick return of the night so far for Omaha. That was on the last return he had. Jimmy Allen. The approach and the kick, it's going to be a squibber bouncing along the turf, and it will be Deshaun Jones. Tries to angle over to the right-hand side, and he's taken down. No return there as that Liberty coverage team, and they're making things happen tonight. They've been very, very good, and that was Travis Taylor.
Travis Taylor right on top. Good tackle. Results in not so great field position. Start at the 10-yard line.
Naquan Thomas also in on that tackle. So here comes Andrew Jackson once again. Clock running, 4:39 left to go in this game. Want to remind you for Liberty pre- and post-game wraps. Go to SalinaPost.com, read all about the Salina Liberty. That's brought to you by Ryan Roofing each and every game week. Becker in the middle. Travis Taylor on the right. Shaq Bradford on the left. It's the first time we've seen this combination on the defensive line. Oscar Scott is the linebacker. That'll back him up. Two receivers on the left in motion for the Beef. They're going to screen it off, and it goes through the hands of the would-be receiver. Scott wasn't there in time for the interception, but he was in the neighborhood, and it's incomplete. Clock continues to roll now. 4 minutes left to go.
Yes. Scott's just kind of going, boy, if I would have been about 4 yards cheating closer to that line of scrimmage, not only would have he had an interception, but he would have had 6 points, I bet.
4 or 5 drops for the Omaha receiving corps tonight, too. They're not helping their quarterback out too much. This time, 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, as Jackson has an empty backfield. 2 guys on the left in motion. Jackson dumps it off over the middle of the field. Same play that they just ran. This time it's going to be caught, and a 9-yard gain will be taken in there by Derek Curtis. 3rd down and 1 as he advances the football out to the 19-yard line.
Looks like they may spot him just about a half. Nope, full yard. Thought they might have given him that extra half yard there. 3rd and 1.
But you look at the timing of this, Brian. Each one of these plays for Omaha is taking a full minute. Now it's 3 minutes left to go. They just don't have any sense of urgency right now as people start to hit the aisles. Jackson, little crossing route here to slip screen by Jones, and he's going to take it into the Liberty secondary, be brought down at the 15-yard line by Dontre Matthews and Isaiah Barfield. That's on the catch. It's Tyler Jones. I need to be more specific. There's about a half a dozen Joneses on this Omaha team. Now Omaha comes to the line of scrimmage a little bit quicker. 2:25 left to go. Two slot receivers in motion, one on each side. This one going to be batted down at the line of scrimmage. Was that Becker again, or was that Taylor that time?
I think that was Rusty Becker again.
Yeah, he's been a wrecking ball tonight. He is just so long. You talked about his wingspan earlier, and you put that on top of 6'4", and that's what you get. Jackson, a 6'1" quarterback. So the tower isn't quite clear to get off some of these passes that Becker's been able to swat down. Under 2 minutes left to go. Low snap. Jackson has to scoop it up, and he's going to be sacked. It's also going to be a holding call on Omaha.
Yeah, Shaq Bradford
just didn't give up, did he?
Yeah, he didn't. He kind of spun to the inside, and once he got in the vicinity, that's where the hold came in. Basically, not so much a hold as a tackle.
Got held, shoved to the ground, and still made the sack.
Yeah, Sean Rouse was the one that was called for the penalty. And I like that combination that Salina has in there right now on that defensive line. It's kind of really your speed combination. Not the biggest combination you could put, but definitely, I think, the fastest, especially from both ends.
Yeah, Taylor and Bradford on the ends is just, wow. Because no longer do you have a push up the middle with Becker there. Becker is going to stymie that as well. So your escape through the middle is also going to be shut down. Here comes Taylor to the outside. Oscar Scott's going to break that one up. Looked like the receiver might have had it in his left arm. It was Tyler Jones, and Oscar Scott came up and broke it away. All the way from Belize.
4th down. And we're going to approach the 1 minute final timeout that we'll have.
And there it is. 1 minute left to go. Our 60-second warning is here. Salina closing this one out. 39-14. Back with the conclusion of this one. It's Liberty Football, brought to you by Precision Electric.
When you hire Street Plumbing, Heating, and Electric in Salina and Lincoln, you'll be making a great decision. Providing full-service plumbing and HVAC, they have the knowledge and skills to get the job done right the first time. They work with you throughout the project to ensure you get the personalized service you deserve from licensed and insured technicians. Excellent customer service in Central Kansas since 1985. The experienced team will clean the premises once the job is done. Street Plumbing, Heating, and Electric. Know them better at streetphe.com.
Spring is here, and at Salina Medical Aesthetics, we know you want to look your best for the sunny days ahead. Tame your lines with 15% off Botox treatments. Signature Hydrofacial treatment is only $149. Lip fillers are up to $100 off, and Latisse for lashes starts at $130. Treat those visible veins and get ready for short season with sclerotherapy, just $175. Rates good if you schedule appointments by March 30th at Salina Medical Aesthetics.
You're listening to Salina Liberty Football on KINA Sports.
Back to action. The roar from the crowd you hear is because Dontre Matthews got himself an interception for the 3rd consecutive game. This time Detroit in the end zone took it away from Andrew Jackson and was able to return it out to the 10-yard line before he quit running and gave himself up over the wall. Dontre dropped one earlier right before halftime, but he makes up for it there, Brian, on his 3rd interception of the year.
Yeah, great job by Dontre just to be able to drop back. He was able to read the quarterback, knew which route was going to be held, and basically just stepped in and got it right away. White Hats now coming up and talking to Coach Marvin Jones. Not sure what that's all going to be about. Coach O'Neill had some sort of conversation. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But with 52 seconds left and a 39-14 score, not going to worry about it.
Omaha has all 3 timeouts remaining. I can't imagine they want to exercise that right.
Hopefully not.
As Salina will probably just close this one out. Tyree Adams is going to duck under center Kelvin McCoy, and he has big Nelson Brown in the backfield. Tyree's going to take it ahead, though, himself on a gain of 2, and that'll keep that clock rolling.
Yeah. Positive possession keeps the clock rolling. So I think this is kind of the equivalent of the indoor. What do we got now? The whistle's stopping the clock for something.
Omaha took a timeout.
Wow.
I don't see the point.
I don't either, and I think kind of put this in the back of Coach O'Neill's mindset for the return trip. There's really no conceivable way that your team's going to come back. Why not do the sporting thing and just let this go?
Well, and you always are concerned about injury on both sides. And just extending this game is increasing that risk. I mean, we saw what happened to Sioux City earlier this year in their preseason game. Lost their quarterback late in the 4th quarter in a blowout. Nelson Brown is going to take a spin move and just carry the pile out across the 16-yard line. And now Omaha's going to call another timeout. Boy, this doesn't make sense.
Well, I think that makes the play calling a little bit easier from the standpoint that Salina's just not going to get that 1 yard and take a knee. Whatever happens, happens now.
39-14. The good news of the day, Liberty are going to be 3-0 as they hit the road for the first time next week.
defend the home field each and every time you get that opportunity. So far, so good there.
Also, want to give everybody a heads up, too. In 2 weeks, it'll be a big one right back here at Tony's Pizza Event Center as the Liberty come home to take on the Sioux City Bandits. You want to get those tickets now at Tony's Pizza Event Center. Tyree Adams back to pass. He's going to arrow one out to the end zone. Has a receiver, but he's going to be covered up, and that'll be incomplete and stop the clock with 16 seconds left to go.
That play, I think, was the result of 2 called timeouts.
Absolutely. Going to Waheem Bird for the first time, but he was covered up well. Nice job that time, again, by Chris Perry. Chris Perry's just one of those guys you want on your team, don't you?
He is.
I mean, he's so good.
Yeah. He fits in right there with the Isaiah Barfields, McKendrick Harpers, the Clinton Solomons, guys that have just been in this league that understand the game.
4th down and 3 coming up now for the Liberty. All 3 receivers on the right-hand side. Nelson Brown, left hip of Tyree Adams. Adams sneaks it in to Ed Smith. He'll have the first down, cuts it back up, and a flag on the play as Liberty swept this one out to the left-hand side. Smith ended up making it all the way to the midfield stripe. And I think we might have a holding call here on the Liberty. So Omaha will have to accept this one because if they don't, it'll be a first down for Salina. So they're saying repeat 3rd down. It was actually 4th down.
Either way, I'd go deep.
Yeah, 8 seconds. Why not?
Look around Omaha. Both coaches out on the field at the same time. And they adjusted to 4th down.
4th and 11.
And another timeout.
And Omaha's going to burn a timeout. And they're not going to give it to him. How's that? So where are we at here? Clock ran out.
Eight seconds starts on the snap. Well, it got ragged this last 60 seconds.
39-14, Liberty will win. Here's the fake on the play action. Adams back to pass again. Now he has to scramble back in his own end zone. He's going to come out of the end zone, throw it down the field to the right-hand side, and it's over the wall. He threw it away, and that will be the end of this contest. So for the 3rd game in as many weeks, the Salina Liberty on the winning side of the scoreboard. Salina will move to 3-0 on the season after a 39-14 victory over the Omaha Beef. Omaha drops to 1-1 now on the season. And next week, Salina will look ahead to a big road trip, their longest of the season, as they will visit the Mustangs in Gillette, Wyoming, for a game next Saturday night. 39-14, our final score. Now, Brian, this game was, I don't know if it's what we expected as far as the competitiveness of this game, because it really wasn't competitive. Salina jumped out to a 16-0 lead after scoring 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points with a safety in between, and it just kind of kept going on from that. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to talk about as far as Omaha ever being a threat in this game.
Yeah, and the interesting part of this, if you look statistically, total offense, 180 yards for Salina versus 127 for Omaha. Total offensive plays, 46 Salina, 42. It was a little bit more balanced from that standpoint than